I'm Sean Fennessey.
I'm Amanda Dobbins.
And this is the Big Picture, a conversation show about the most anticipated movies of the year. It's been 2 full weeks since we recorded an episode of this podcast. We are ready for a new year of movies. Consider this your mega preview. Amanda and I will each share 13, really more like 313 new movies that are coming out.
Whose fault is that?
Well, there's a lot of stuff coming,
True,
which I'm excited about. But since it's been 2 weeks,
Yeah.
what did we miss? How was your break?
It was long,
Yeah.
which, I feel lucky to be able to spend that much time with my children, and also never understood the parents being so psyched that school is back feeling more than in this moment, which is, it happens to all of us. I hope your school is back. LAUSD, not back.
Not back till next week.
I feel for you guys.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
Yeah, thank you to my preschool. How was yours?
Fine. I saw you a lot, so It's not really. Let's not perform the mystery of what could have transpired over those 2 weeks. No, it was good. We're in a new era, I think, with my child where it's not as painful to be managing. I also don't have a 1-year-old, so it was fun. It was exhausting in a way. We don't have any family out here, but and we didn't go to the movies very much, which was interesting. We watched a lot of movies, but this has been a very long stretch for me to not be in a movie theater. I'm usually there 2-3 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of fascinating. We did have a pretty steady schedule, though, of watching stuff at home.
Yeah, I wanted to play a game with you.
Let's play.
Which is, so your winter break or winter school break in 3 movies. Number 1, the movie you watched the most.
Okay.
Number 2, the movie you discussed the most.
Mm-hmm.
And number 3, what movie best describes your experience? Number 1, you were already like, I don't have an answer for that. I don't want to play.
Well,
but
it's not that I don't have an answer because we have a nice thing going where my daughter's not asking to rewatch movies over and over again at the moment. She's been very willing to try new movies. So, for example, over the last 2 days, we watched The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Because we're doing Star Wars now every Saturday over the course of the next 10 weeks. We're doing every Star Wars film, which is really exciting. Starting with A New Hope 3 weeks ago, and then we just did Empire Strikes Back, and then next week we'll do Return of the Jedi. Following week we'll do Phantom Menace.
At the Academy Museum.
At the Academy Museum.
Yeah, not just,
At the Academy Museum. And then yesterday we watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, interesting.
Which was pretty interesting. I would say went over fairly well. And we're trying to navigate live action in an interesting way. So those were 2 really good first-time experiences. Honey, I Blew Up the Kids is really more like what my vacation has been like. There's definitely some I would say my daughter is is online right now. Like she is a person.
Okay.
And
but
full sentences.
She's not vlogging.
No,
she's not
she's not on the internet.
You were like, she's a poster.
No, she's booted up like the way that Megan has booted up, from the Megan films. And she is, she could murder you if she wanted to. Like she has a lot of agency, I would say, which is helpful in many ways. Does have some downsides. And so we haven't seen Honey, I Blew Up the Kids yet, but there is she's in control of a lot at the moment. And is very strong-willed. What was the third question?
The movie that you discussed the most, or texted about, or heard from people about.
Oh, like in the world at large?
Yeah, at Christmas?
Easily Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
For better and for worse, I think, because is that the same for you?
That's also my answer. I just confronted by a lot of people being like, well, I've seen your little Instagram reel, and now I need to tell you my full experience.
Yeah, which is, I think, a good thing.
That's great. Yeah, that's good. And then, I did mostly stay offline, but I was confronted. Some of the takes got through to me, and I think we all need to heal.
Yeah. Everyone's really worked up about it. That's always a good sign, right? This has happened it happened a couple times in 2025. It happened when Sinners came out. It happened when One Battle After Another came out. When movies become flashpoints, and especially movies like this that kind of capture the cinephile crowd, but then also regular moviegoers are like, Timothée Chalamet, I have to get interested in this. And then so you get these collisions of taste. And I got some feedback that maybe we were too enthusiastic or not enthusiastic enough, or, I think we have to probably keep talking about that movie.
Well, we'll get into that.
Yeah,
I hope so. Yeah. I really liked it. I did have a lot of personal interactions with people just being like, yes, hello, and now I would like to dialogue for 30 minutes about this, which I really enjoyed. Then, all of the, is he a good person, bad person stuff, I just go have fun. I'm begging you, children of the world, you are young. Go have fun and don't make all of the decisions he makes. I'm not endorsing them, but like, let go. And then there was some stuff about the dog, which like I just can't get into, you know?
What was the stuff?
I don't know. I think that there are a lot of people who are really upset with how the treatment of the
Moses, the dog
in the film. And
it wasn't, they didn't treat him well.
Agree.
No one treated him well,
That's
I would
true.
say.
I don't really think anybody was treated well in this film. So I'm with you.
I would agree.
The people really responding to the dog stuff more than the ending was an interesting dichotomy.
I want to talk about the Marty Supreme breaking Contain from the A24 world a little bit more with you. But what are the two answers to the first two questions for you?
Oh, sure. The film I watched the most was Star Wars: A New Hope, because after telling you about my experience with The Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, you gave my child a small Grogu for Christmas, along with a little. I guess that's a bed. Is that what he sleeps in?
It's really more of like his hovercraft.
Okay,
but that very quickly got kind of destroyed by the children in the house.
So it's back.
Okay,
it's together, and it's now understood to be his boat.
It is sort of his boat. You know, he kind of floats through the world alongside the Mandalorian.
Okay.
So it is it's his hoverboat.
Right. So that's Grogo is what
Grogo
is what he's called in our house.
I love it.
And the boat.
Because he's on the go? Is that the idea?
We're going to get through like some pronunciation quirks in the Star Wars universe. Yeah. And
it's Rancor, not Rancor.
So keep watching Star Wars: A New Hope. Mm-hmm. On the second viewing, I was told, Mama, do not film the credits or me, because I was making content the first time he watched Star Wars.
The credits?
Yes.
The scroll.
Yeah. He was like, Mama, don't do that.
Okay.
Then.
Well, this Star Wars, it changes a person.
Yeah. Then he kept asking where Grogu was. I asked him to explain to me what happens in Star Wars, and he says, Dark. D-A-R-K, Vader has a meeting. He's describing the scene in which he strangles someone. Yes.
And it is a meeting of sorts.
And all the aliens play music, which is
absolutely true.
The cantina has made an impression on him and everybody else.
So far, so good.
Seems more interested in stormtroopers than real people, which is worrying.
Yeah.
Really not into Han. Like at all, which I was very confused by.
It's red flag.
I agree. Chewbacca, he's, but I think like he shows up and again, Han's introduction is in the cantina. Mm-hmm. And so you have to understand the affinity that my son has for the racist aliens playing music because they're playing music.
Did you explain to him what the Kessel Run was? Because he likes it when things go fast.
In support of Tracy Letts, it was like 4 viewings before he actually made it through the end of the movie. He noticeably left every single time. Okay. And yesterday morning we made it all the way through and I heard my husband be like, hey, Luke just blew up the Death Star. Did you see that? And it's just like silence from Knox.
Interesting.
But he's very interested he was like, where's Jabba? So
I've got I'm going to develop a Lego plan to get him interested in a series of different characters.
I know, but we can't. His size can eat all the Legos. So it's like
Duplos. We'll start with Duplos.
Do they make Star Wars Duplos?
I'm certain that they do.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm in hell, but we've watched that a lot. And then
Star Wars is the best. The best. The first 3 films is magic.
He definitely is locked into it. And now we're trying to figure out, like, is Empire too dark for him?
Thought it went over well. There are a couple of really scary parts. We can talk about it more as we go through this Star Wars journey. This is a good thing for us to be checking in on.
Yeah. What do we do next?
There's 2 really scary things in Empire and 2 really scary things in Jedi. Mm-hmm. And do you need to cover your children's eyes? That's a whole other episode of the show. Yeah. But so you watched Star Wars the most, and then what was the second one?
The best describes my was definitely If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Everyone's fine. And also no shots at my husband, who's very present and supportive. It was more that I did find myself once in a parking lot, screaming at the CVS robot on the phone, just being like, let me talk to a pharmacist, just screaming representative, like psychotically, like full break over and over again, just because I needed to find out the pharmacy hours on New Year's Eve so I could get my child antibiotics. And there was no way. I couldn't get through. But it was me in a parking lot having something of a break with AI.
Well, this is why we make films, right? Art can represent our experiences. We can see the world through the eyes of others, and it makes us feel more sane.
Yeah.
So thank you to Mary Bronstein for seeing
incredible
Amanda
movie.
this year.
What was yours?
The movie that most explains my...
Describes.
Really have a clever answer to this question. I think I was thinking a lot about how nice it was to not be watching movies for assignment.
Sure.
So, maybe The Big Lebowski, who's just kind of floating through life, not really worried about earning a paycheck, not really worried about doing anything other than hanging with loved ones.
And now welcome back to hell.
Yeah, last night I fired up the film I really like that we're going to talk about later this month on the show. But I did feel like I was back at work. And it was a great break. And I'm really excited about a lot of what we're going to be talking about today, because I do think that there's some reasons to be hopeful about movies. There's some reasons to be a little bit skeptical, obviously, as there are every year, but I'd like to celebrate as much as we can this year.
I'm excited.
The original intention of this show was to celebrate. We now are in a place where, really because of me, like, we cover pretty much everything that comes out in America. But I'm hopeful that we will have more good weeks than bad weeks in terms of new releases.
We have a lot of exciting things on this list. We also have things that we had to divvy up, where you have some things on your list that I was like, oh, I really wanted that, which is exciting, at least in that there's some shared taste and some, we've identified the big picture points of 2026.
Much like last year, there are a number of films from filmmakers who we really care about who have new movies coming out. So we can talk about that. But before we do that, let's talk about what transpired over the holidays in terms of box office, because it's fairly interesting. It was a very successful 2-week stretch of movies released into the world. We talked about virtually every one of the major releases. We talked about Marty Supreme, Anaconda, Song Sung Blue. Avatar Fire and Ash is probably the best place to start, because the total box office this year was up 1% over 2024, which is not amazing. Although if you factor in Michael, the Michael Jackson biopic getting bumped, and you factor in Mortal Kombat getting bumped at the last minute to next year,
right?
It actually was a pretty decent year at the box office, all things considered. I think this year, I should say, is going to be huge, in part because Avatar Fire and Ash will still be playing. And the movie's over $1 billion in 18 days. It's made $770 million internationally in 18 days. We don't doubt Big Jim.
No.
There's really never been a reason to. I mean, the movie is probably on pace for close to what I predicted. I think I predicted 1.7, maybe 1.6 on the episode. Do you remember what I said?
No, I don't.
Okay. Maybe I didn't even make a proper prediction, but in my head I was thinking 1.7.
I think we both guessed under 2 billion.
Yes.
And then whether it's,
so
none of that money will be coming to me.
No,
so I didn't worry about the 0.6 versus 0.7.
It will be going to Disney, which we'll talk about too. So if the movie gets to 1.7, then that means that 4 of the 10 highest grossing movies of all time domestically or internationally, worldwide, are James Cameron movies.
Yeah.
Titanic and 3 Avatar films.
Good job, Big Jim.
That's pretty crazy.
It is.
To be so tapped into the mainframe of narrative interest worldwide.
I think so. At least for the first 2. There is a little bit with this one of it feels like he built the structure of Avatar needing to dominate the box office, and also everyone clearing out for it. And so it's not quite like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Sure.
But and again, he built that structure.
Well,
and reheated it after 10 years with the second one.
It's a chicken or the egg question, because obviously as soon as this movie got dated, everyone ran away from it.
Exactly.
There's not really a major studio release that would be competing with the movie until The Bone Temple, the 28 years later sequel, which comes out January 16th. So you're talking about a month where, not to discriminate too heavily, but young male audiences, there's not a ton of movies for them. And so this movie is going to continue to play worldwide pretty strongly for a long time. And then even after The Bone Temple, it's like Wuthering Heights and Scream 7 in February. It's going to be a complicated couple months.
Yeah. Avatar got way ahead of movies as events / amusement park experiences, where it's like a thing that you do 3 or 4 times a year, and you have to do it in theater, and everybody knows that. And, I guess in many ways is like paving a road for other people. I don't know if it's a road any of us want to be on, but
if you're not James Cameron, it's just really hard to do, you know? Like there's just a certain level of craft. And like we saw, like Michael Mann, for example, cited this movie as his favorite movie of the year.
Right.
I think it was Variety that published a bunch of filmmakers that talked about their favorite movies of the year. Some hilarious choices, some interesting choices. Mann loves the Avatar movies. He named Avatar one of his favorite movies of all time. And filmmakers really like this movie because they don't really... It's something new. It's like something that they've not done before. They admire someone like going to a new realm of creativity. So there's still like a lot of admiration for it. This one did feel a little iterative, as we talked about in our episode about it. It did feel a little samey from 2. So I don't hold it personally as in as high esteem.
Same, though I spoke to people over the break who liked this more than the second one.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
That's odd.
I thought so as well, but everyone gets to have their opinion.
It is more of a mega action movie. There is a tremendous amount of action because of the fire people. Also, if you're horny for Varang, that's a thing. People are getting, right? Jack, yeah, he's in on that. Thank you. Okay. Disney did dominate this year. So after 6 weekends at $1.6 billion, Zootopia 2 is now the number 3 animated release of all time.
Okay.
It passed Frozen 2, which if you had asked me 2 weeks ago, what is the movie that we watched the most in my house?
Frozen 2.
It would be Frozen 2.
I did discuss it a lot with Alice over the break.
Frozen 2 is the talisman. That is the movie that describes her being.
I asked Alice what she liked about Frozen 2 instead of Frozen, and she said there are a lot of lyrics.
There are a great number of lyrics that I hear frequently sung in my living space. Inside Out 2 is the number 2 animated film of all time, and Neja 2 is the number 1. That also came out this year, primarily made its money overseas. I started to watch it on HBO Max over the break, turned it off, thought it was boring.
Okay.
Didn't see Neja, kind of missing some of the references, Lilo and Stitch, Zootopia 2, Fire and Ash, 3 Marvel movies.
Okay.
Pretty big year for Disney.
Great, yeah.
You're happy
creativity
for Disney?
Alive. I'm inspired. A remake of an animated movie that takes away women's agency, and then another movie about a patent. So that's great. I love what we're giving to our children.
I enjoyed Zootopia too.
Okay.
Marty Supreme. We mentioned this earlier. $56 million in 9 days domestically, plus international distribution, which the movie's not out yet internationally for the most part. It's already pre-sold. This movie's going to make over 80 million, maybe over 100. I think Jack was like, what if it's 37?
Right.
And I was like, that would just be a disaster.
That was the low end of the tracking. It was bad.
We burst past that in 1.5 weekends. Number 3 all time for A24 already, behind Everything Everywhere All at Once and Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Chalamet sold the fuck out of this movie.
Sure did.
I don't know if it's going to be one of the greatest hits of all time. It was a fairly expensive movie, but this is pretty good for a 2.5 hour period piece.
I'm feeling it.
Pretty exciting. Housemaid is even bigger than Marty.
Okay.
The Housemaid, which we think is not very good, has made $92 million worldwide in 3 weekends. Sydney Sweeney off the schneid. She's back.
Congratulations
one of our greatest
to her.
stars.
Yeah.
What do you think this tells us, the success of this movie?
That women like trash too. And women like their version of trash.
Yeah.
As I said, I didn't have...
This is your Captain America Brave New World.
I didn't have a terrible time at this film. Obviously, we had some notes.
Someone cited this online, and so I can't remember who it is, so forgive me for not giving this person credit, but I do hope that Hollywood realizes that we did used to do this all the time, which is just like, there's a popular book that people read on beaches, and just adapt it and make it a movie with hot young people. And we'll go see it. Like, this was the blueprint for 25 years. And there's no reason why we can't go back to this. Like, the Colleen Hoover phenomenon is
they are doing it. We're going to talk a little bit about the Emily Henry phenomenon, which is starting this week. I wish, in general, that like the books they were pulling from were like slightly better. Though, listen, I reread The Pelican Brief a few years ago, and it's
not great.
It's not Anna Karenina.
But page turners,
absolutely,
they're plot machines. That's the whole point, right? Like, and this is meant to be.
And still, it was also Alan Pakula who directed that. Like, it's not his best work.
No,
but still, so we could aim a little bit higher, but. It's good that we're trying.
I think it's a good start, and I think it's a good thing to keep banging the drum about, because this kind of defeats what you were citing about Avatar, which is The Housemaid is not one of my 3 movies of the year kind of a movie.
It's very true.
It's a movie that people have thought of for the last 5 or so years as a streaming movie. And it can be a lot of fun to go see a movie like this in a movie theater. I didn't have as much fun as you did, but if done well enough, it's a nice night out.
Right. Though also, if we had been able to work our schedules to have that be the holiday party, we would have had a great time.
Might have been a kinder review.
Yeah.
If I'd had a couple of margaritas.
Right.
You know?
I still am so mad we didn't see Regretting You together.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll have reminders of him soon.
No, that's not the one. I mean, that is soon, but there's another one.
My beloved Micah Monroe.
I just absolutely can't wait for.
Okay. Let's do some quick award season check-ins because we had two notable, awards handed out. One was the National Society of Film Critics gave their awards on Saturday, and then on Sunday we had the Critics' Choice Awards. I did not watch the telecast for Critics' Choice, but we can talk about some of the results. I saw some of the speeches online. National Society of Film Critics, One Battle After Another won Best Picture.
Yes.
This is notable, I guess, because it makes One Battle one of only three other films that lock down the sort of four major critics, national groups: the New York Film Critics Circle, LA Film Critics, the National Board of Review, which is not really a critical body, but is thought to have some critics in it, and then National Society of Film Critics. They all gave One Battle After Another best film. The three other times that's happened: Schindler's List, LA Confidential, and as we discussed in our Social Network episode, The Social Network.
Right.
So that's rare air. However,
it's not necessarily predictive of a Best Picture win. In fact, right now, it's one of three.
Correct.
One Battle could tip it to 50%.
Yes.
But yeah.
Again, and these are critics' awards for the most part, so that they don't really tell us anything about how what the Academy's thinking. And I want to kind of use that as a lens to look through these most recent items, because we feel like we know I feel like I know everything about what's going to happen.
Yeah, but I'm aware.
I don't think we know. Yeah, well, that is my essence. But I don't think we know anything.
You don't.
I think that there's an opportunity in the next few weeks.
Okay.
As we start to get a few more awards bodies weighing in that are from within the industries that are going to tip some things in a specific direction. So by
that you mean DGAs, PGAs,
SAG,
and the Golden Globes are next week, which are, as we have said over and over again, made up, and then also recently just kind of coattailing what all of like the critics and conventional wisdom is.
Yeah.
But because of the categories split, you're going to get an opportunity for a few people to get a moment who might not, which I do think at least puts films or performances in front of people and voters in a way. So I agree with you that we don't really know anything. Chris Ryan yesterday was asking me, like, when does award season really, really start for you? And I said, like, I guess you could say this weekend, because there was the Palm Springs International Gala Film Festival extravaganza, to which everyone but Leonardo DiCaprio made it. You know, sometimes you just can't get air clearance from the yacht. And then the Critics' Choice Awards, which kind of aren't usually a thing that we pay this much attention to, but because of the way the holidays fell this year and the fact that the Golden Globes are going a week later, they took advantage of the vacuum. It also felt like that this Palm Springs Gala is not usually the same level of attention. I don't see as many red carpet pictures, but everyone...
It's very star-studded this year. I think it coming on the heels of the Critics' Choice means a lot of people were kind of pinging back and forth.
But I think both events saw, okay, we've got this weekend that is after New Year's. People are going to start coming to Los Angeles.
And the Globes
for
are
the
not
Golden
on
Globes.
that weekend. Yes.
Exactly. So you could say in terms of like campaigning, it started this weekend. But I said to Chris, I think Golden Globes is when it really starts.
I think you're right. And I think they have some impact insofar as that your kind of common voter will look at who the winners are and say, like, okay, these are the front runners. And we can talk about that in the aftermath of it. And the split categories allows what already feels like a wheat and chaff year, where it's like 3 or 4 films are really competing at the top of the race. And then everything else is just feels a little happy to be there. We'll go through the rest of the Society of Film Critics Awards. So One Battle won, PTA won for director.
Yeah. The National Society of Film Critics does provide vote breakdowns.
They do, which is wonderful.
Which is wonderful and I think are interesting. So One Battle After Another won in a landslide. It has 57 points, and the runners-up were Sinners with 29 and The Secret Agent with 27, which I think is telling what the runners-up are, but also that there is a real chasm. Not a real chasm, but like there is distance between. You don't see that distance in almost any other category. PTA won with 54 points. The runners-up were Jafar Panahi with 48 points, and Richard Linklater for both Blue Moon and Nouvelle Vague, 39 points. But so I think Jafar Panahi being that close is telling.
I agree. I think he's also a very strong contender for Best Director.
Yeah. So Kathleen Chalfant from Familiar Touch, like a very classic film critic thing. That's great. And that's cool. And that's what critics' bodies should do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
45 points. And then Rose Byrne from If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, 39 points. And Renata Rensby, Sentimental Value, 37 points. So it's like everything's
tight,
very close,
but
tight.
Jessie Buckley not being there is like,
well, yeah, but
that's a critical move because there's an inevitability about that win. That's one of the very few races where I feel very strongly that it is over.
It's done.
Maybe the only race that I feel like is locked.
I don't know. I don't know.
And Golden winning Best Song. Like those are the two that I'm like, these are happening. And everything else, I mean, I could be wrong. You never know.
No, I think
that this vote is in part a reflection of the inevitability. And also Hamnet has been a little bit more divisive critically, you know?
That's true.
I think it's going to do very well in the awards race, but there are some critics who really have not gone for it.
Yeah.
Best Supporting Actress, Teyana Taylor, won with 56 points. A very close race.
Yeah.
With Inga Ibstadter Lilius from Sentimental Value. You said 47 points. That's tight.
Yeah, and then Wumi Saku is also a runner-up, 41 points.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if she gets nominated. That's also going to be a tough spot for her to get in. So it feels like there's some kind of boosting going on there. Best Actor, Blue Moon, Ethan Hawke. Very interesting.
What I mean?
Well, in the Best Actor and Best Actress categories,
you
know, none of the frontrunners are present.
Well, that's not true because Wagner Moura is the runner-up with 43 points. And I think you really we'll talk about it again on Sunday after the Golden Globes.
Okay.
But you were the first one to say you really got to watch this space.
Well,
you got to keep watching this space.
One of my takeaways from this whole weekend has been that The Secret Agent is very strong.
Yes.
And so, but we're still just in the critics groups, and that's a critics movie written and directed by a former critic.
No, I love that
movie.
True, but also we're the critics. This is an American critics' bodies.
Mm-hmm,
Critics' Choice Awards is very American and like really not internationally inclined, even in its nominees.
It's true.
So
Brazil very strong in the
Exactly.
Academy. Very
yes,
strong.
We know. Come to Brazil.
Yeah, you know what? I would be very happy with a Wagner Moura win. I think he's tremendous in that movie. So I'm just a little. I know these. We know these moves.
Yeah.
We know these moves as list makers, as editorial people.
Of course.
For Timothée Chalamet and Leonardo DiCaprio to not be cited. Best Supporting Actor, Benicio del Toro.
Yeah. You feel less certain about this than you do about Jessie Buckley?
I do. This category is a little confusing to me.
Okay.
I worry that Benicio and Sean Penn will. I don't worry. I think Benicio and Sean Penn could cancel each other out. It's possible.
I just clip my clip right now. You know, I know you've already clipped it, but just like get it ready for that, and that's fine.
When that happens?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel confident.
That it's going to happen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's possible. Obviously, he's wonderful in the movie. Delroy Lindo at number 2 with 37 points. Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value at 30 points. Screenplay also went to Panahi. Robert Kaplow's Blue Moon script and Kleber Mendoza Filio's Secret Agent script is there.
Right.
Best film in the English language, not in the English language, is The Secret Agent.
By 1 point. It was just an accident. So, and it does sort of feel like, all right, we'll do screenplay. We'll do, not in the English language. We'll divvy up the words.
They're passing them around.
Yeah.
Best nonfiction film, My Undesirable Friends Part 1, Last Air in Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
Look for this one as the winner in this category. This is a very, very good film. It's just a question of, will people sit through it?
Right.
Will they sit through the 5 hours of the film? And if they will, I think it's a kind of a hard movie to turn away from in a lot of ways. Best cinematography went to Autumn Durald Akapau for Sinners. Very deserving win. We saw Adolfo Veloso for Train Dreams come in second here. He won the Critics' Choice Awards. It's kind of an interesting battle. I don't know
if that's going to translate.
Yeah, there's a little bit of trickiness with Michael Bauman for One Battle After Another, because there's this belief that sort of Michael Bauman and Paul Thomas Anderson and also their chief cameraman, who Ben Affleck talked about, Marty Supreme with Colin Anderson, that they make like this like triumvirate of cinematographers together on the film. And I wonder if somehow Michael Bauman will get dinged for that in some of the voting. But so you could see really a chance for Sinners or Train Dreams to get some love there. Critics' Choice Awards. I'll go through this a little more quickly.
Yeah.
One battle, one best picture.
Yes.
It's pretty much won every best picture race of note thus far. Best actor, Timothée Chalamet. Did you see the speech?
Oh, I sure did. First of all, he also missed the credit sequence of Sinners. Thank you so much, Timothée Chalamet.
Wow.
I feel seen.
Huge for you. He did go back a second time. Did you?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay.
But I really need to. It was nice. He seemed nervous, which was confusing.
He did seem
nervous.
nervous.
He said he was nervous.
Yeah,
so,
that was
that
odd.
that was very sweet.
It's like he's moved out of the Marty mode now. He's no
longer
longer campaigning as Marty.
Like, I don't know whether someone. I'm afraid he read the comments, and I don't want him to read the comments because he also made that comment. He made that thank you to Josh Safdie. You present people who do good things and bad things and you don't judge. And I was just like, oh no. Like, I know you're a poster, but you gotta put up your wall.
Yeah. You think he has notifications on?
I hope not. I mean, I know that generation is pretty crazy with their attention, but Jack, do you have notifications of any kind on your phone?
Yes, of course.
But for what?
New York Mets updates.
Okay.
Texts from my girlfriend.
Okay. I mean, texts don't count. Texts are allowed.
What about social media?
Anything else? Or apps?
The only social media notifications I get are Twitter for sports-related information.
But is it filtered for sports-related information?
Yeah, I choose what notifications I receive.
Okay,
so Jeff Passan, yes. Chris Ryan, no.
Okay.
That too is my hierarchy.
Okay. I can live with that. Though I don't want you to add anything else.
Okay.
I think Chalamet also made an effort to cite his co-nominees in the category in an effort to kind of like pull back on some of the Marty aggressiveness. And I wonder if he is to win this coming Sunday, will we see a more demure or humble Timothée Chalamet? Hard to say. His look right now is extremely funny. Like the short hair and the mustache.
It's an awkward regrowth length, and that happens to everyone when you cut your hair off. You get in the middle there and there's no way out but through.
I really want to do it. I just really want to
buzz your.
Yeah, I really want to do it.
Okay, I mean, to quote Little Women, your one great beauty is your hair, but it's really good. You still have all of it?
I do.
There's no transplant going on here, everyone. This is 100%
Definitely
natural.
Not.
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to help you out here. I'm boosting you.
I'm sick of it.
Listen, I get it.
I'm sick of it.
But what are you sick of? There's not even that much of it.
It's just, I just want to be free. I just want to get away. I
mean,
just want to make enough money so I can get away. Best actress.
I thought it was sweet when he talked to Kylie.
I think
that
nice.
She could have been a little more demonstrative in response, but I guess it's awkward.
They're public now.
Yeah.
Right. That's something I learned.
Yeah.
That's a thing that can happen or not happen. Best actress, Jessie Buckley.
But that was great. And then her Paul Mescal stuff was truly lovely.
He wept.
Well, yeah, he blushed and then he wept. It was a great combo. He's special.
Best director, Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
He was quite moved as well. And actually, when the film won for Best Picture, Tiana Taylor was a bit rough at PTA. Yeah. She was firing him up. It was like he was getting ready to go out after halftime, and go battle. Original screenplay, Coogler for Sinners. Adapted screenplay, PTA for One Battle. Here's some interesting wins.
Yes.
Supporting actor and actress. For actor, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, and for actress, Amy Madigan for Weapons.
Yes.
2 horror films. Two
sort of.
2 folks. I mean, they are.
Sure.
Two monster movies for sure. 2 candidates who are in the race for sure, who have been widely critically praised.
Yeah.
Who most people do not think are at the front of the line in their races.
No.
Do you think this matters at all?
I think that no, I don't. I feel that they both will be nominated, but I felt that before Critics' Choice. Yeah. I think if anything, this indicates that normies really like Frankenstein. They just really do. And I think you and I and many other people have scratched our heads at the
normie voters of the Critics' Choice Awards, you're saying?
Yeah, okay. and people in general, that we it was not for us, but people still, and so that film is just kind of stronger.
I mean, I think his performance is excellent, though. We talked about that, too.
Yeah, no, but I don't think he's going to win supporting actor.
I don't think so either. Amy Madigan, you never know.
It could happen.
A well-run campaign, that can happen.
Yeah.
that sort of thing has happened before. I'm trying to think of what the win was.
She was wearing Dior, so that was cool also. And Ethan Hawke was wearing Bodhi and looked amazing. This concludes my fashion report. And Tim Simons had a nice velvet jacket on.
Tim looked great.
He looked so good.
He was smoking it out there. What was the race? There was a race some time ago. Oh, I remember very vividly watching the 1993 Academy Awards for the 1992 films. And Best Supporting Actress that year, here were the nominees. Miranda Richardson for a film called Damage, Vanessa Redgrave for Howard's End, Joan Plowright for Enchanted April, Judy Davis for Husbands and Wives. Now, 4, seasoned, acclaimed actors, and Marissa Tomei for My Cousin Vinny.
Mm-hmm.
And Marissa Tomei won for My Cousin Vinny in what was thought to be like a surprising win. There was some conspiracy about it in the aftermath, but totally deserving. And I remember having a feeling for Joan Plowright that night that was very unusual. Where I was like, this poor woman, who at the time I guess was only 64. She wasn't that old, but she seemed, compared to Marissa Tomei, she seemed very old. And it was like, Joan Plowright's, probably never going to have another chance to win an Academy Award. She didn't win an Academy Award. It was her only nomination. Notably married to Laurence Olivier for decades.
Right.
And Amy Madigan is in that spot of like, is she going to be nominated again? Probably not.
No. And
so when people are looking Tiana Taylor, they're looking Inga Ibstadter-Lilius, or, they're looking at down the list. Like,
yeah, but the Inga Ibstadter-Lilius thing is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
PTA and the Directors Roundup singled her out as well.
Dude, of course.
Of course. She's
a movie
wonderful
about
in it.
a damaged family. Of course, Paul Thomas Anderson loves that movie. Come on.
It's
great stuff.
I get it.
Love to see that.
But, and again,
to be praising movies like that you're competing against is
cool.
I always love when
rad.
filmmakers do that. Anytime the director does that, I think that's great. That's why I asked that question at the end of the episodes, because I'm very curious, like what they on, and if somebody doesn't say a movie that's just come out,
tells
you a little bit.
Yeah. But again, this is not an international voting body.
Mm-hmm.
This is even within the nominees, there are not as many international films represented in the actors or in the Best Picture category. So I think I think she's coming, and then that starts to the numbers breakdown of who goes for Tiana Taylor versus Amy Madigan versus Inga Ibstadter.
Yeah,
I don't know quite yet.
It's an interesting one. Best casting and ensemble. Nice to see this. Francine Maisler, a legendary casting director who cast Sinners, which is incredibly worthy of this award. This is going to be a fun one to track.
Yeah.
I want to do a full episode about this and have a couple of casting directors on the show to talk about it. And then you and I can kind of talk about what we think is effective in all of these nominees. We have to wait until after the Oscar nominees come out. But when you look at Sinners and you look at One Battle and you look at Marty Supreme and you look at The Secret Agent, the films that are going to be competing in this award are really interesting. I learned over the weekend, I didn't realize this when we talked about our the short lists, that it was just an accident. It was not submitted for best casting, which is why it was not on that short list.
Okay.
I think because there was probably no formal casting director, it sounds like, on the film.
Yeah.
So there was not a name to submit. But that's there's a lot of details to a new award. We should spend some time talking through it, because it's a mysterious art.
Right.
Identifying the right person. I like that the Critics' Choice also does this. Best foreign language film also went to Secret Agent. This is a lot of wins for The Secret Agent.
It's really, really happening. I was tickled over the weekend to see that in the deliberations for the National Society of Film Critics, I think it was David Rooney who shared that Donia Sebastiana from The Secret Agent, Tanya Maria is her name, was higher than you would expect in supporting category, which
she's wonderful too.
She's incredible in that movie.
That would be a cool campaign.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether that's going to happen, but just that there was enough awareness and excitement for that film that a small but memorable role would be in the supporting actress category. Again, as you said, it's a critics body, they're trying to get creative,
nothing,
but it's sticking with people.
Yeah. K-Pop Demon Hunters won Best Animated Feature. Yeah. Stay tuned to that.
Yeah.
Best Comedy, The Naked Gun.
Okay.
Do we need a Best Comedy category?
Could you pick 5 comedies from last year? Could you fill out the ballot with deserving comedies?
Jurassic World Rebirth.
Okay.
One.
It's really rude.
No, I mean, sure. There's
Jonathan Bailey loved that dinosaur. You know?
And it was a laugh riot. Best production design went to Frankenstein. Best editing went to F1. Best costume design also to Frankenstein.
That's right.
Best hair and makeup also to Frankenstein.
See, this is what I'm...
That may transpire over... I mean, Del Toro always really strong with the below the line groups. And Frankenstein's going to it's going to get 6 nominations for sure. Yeah. Best visual effects went to Avatar Fire and Ash, of course. I would expect that to be the case at the Oscars. Best sound went to F1. Yeah. We'll also be competing very strongly there. We mentioned cinematography went to Adolfo Veloso for Train Dreams. Best song Golden. Best score Ludwig Göransson for Sinners. Could be 3 for 3.
Would be deserving. We had the Marty Supreme score on in the home a lot over the last 2 weeks.
I did as well. Yeah. I got Alice listening to it a lot, and she was like, Dad, this is very peaceful.
Oh, okay.
She found it very calming. There is a kind of Enya quality to some of the tracks.
For sure.
Best stunt design, Wade Eastwood for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Revisited that film over the break. Didn't go well for me.
No.
Best young actor or actress, Miles Caton for Miles Caton for Sinners. I'd like to have a breakthrough performance at the Oscars, as you know.
Yeah,
I feel like
absolutely.
It's silly that we don't have that. So DGA and SAG nominations coming later this week. We won't be recording an episode on Thursday when both of those come out.
Right.
So we won't be able to talk about those until probably maybe the Golden Globes episode.
Yeah, but they'll be
Sunday.
Useful in that context. And the Golden Globes episode will really be like, okay, where are we?
Yes. A couple things to cite, mostly just for DGA that I think people should look for. I don't really know what's going on in this race. It seems like it's set up and chalky to be PTA Kugler, Chloe Zhao, Jafar Panahi, and Joachim Trier.
Yeah.
That seems like the 5. And then the 2 people on the outside are Josh Safdie and Guillermo del Toro. I think from the betting markets perspective, those are the DGA nominees. Maybe Filio is in the mix there as well if the Secret Agent is stronger. Yeah. If that happens, then you can be like, okay, Secret Agent is super strong. But DGA is really unpredictable and has an odd history with international filmmakers. So, for example, Alfonso Cuarón won for Roma, but then Bong Joon-ho did not win for Parasite. Sam Mendes won that year for 1917, the following year. So last year, Jacques Audiard got in, but they put Edward Berger, who is also an international filmmaker, but that was an English language film, in Conclave over Corley Farsha.
Right.
Don't really know. Like last year, James Mangold was in with DGA. That was a little bit of a surprise. And then that turned out that he was in at the Oscars.
And that suggested strength of the Academy.
For A Complete Unknown.
It's never 5 to 5. Almost
very
never.
rarely.
Yeah. There's always some sort of, and I think some years there have been international surprises that then do show up at in the Academy nominees, and then sometimes they switch around.
Yes.
Some years they just forget about women. So, but it's mostly predictive, but you can't totally bank on it.
You're right that it's usually 4 out of 5. And choosing the right 4, you can usually choose 3 out of 5 pretty easily. That'll be at the Academy Awards. For SAG, I think let's look at ensemble because it'll matter this year.
I'm sorry. The Actor Awards.
The Actor Awards. Well, it's still the Screen Actors Guild Awards.
Right.
But the telecast is the Actor Awards, right?
I didn't read that far into the press release. I can be honest to you. Or
I don't really know.
Or is just the little statue now the actor? No, I think it's always been, and the actor goes too.
Well, let's check out trusty Wikipedia. So when you go to, that's so interesting. So it is the Actor Awards presented by SAG-AFTRA. But when you Google it, what it shows you is Screen Actors Guild Awards.
Okay.
So, and this is the 30.
But the Screen Actors Guild Awards. Okay, this is just fantastic.
Was it called the Actor Awards last year?
No, I really thought this was a rebrand.
So last year it was called the 31st Screen Actors Guild Awards.
Yes.
And then this year, for the first time, is the Actor Awards.
Yeah, I read the first 2 lines of the press release, chuckled, and moved on.
This is just going to become common. Within 2 years, we'll just call it the Actor Awards.
Okay.
Anyhow, look at Best Ensemble. Because you're going to have one battle. You're going to have Sinners. You're going to probably have Hamnet.
Yeah.
You're going to have, what else? What's going to be the 4th and the 5th? That's the big question.
I'd like to think Marty Supreme, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of below the line enthusiasm for
huge. Well, I mean, Fran Drescher's in the film.
Sure.
President of SAG.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Divisive figure.
Exactly. I was like, I don't know whether that, helps or hurts.
Yeah.
But I meant in terms of the I don't know that Marty Supreme is going to get any of its supporting actors into the supporting categories at this point, which is surprising. And I think
probably not.
Before the season started, we would have said either Gwyneth Paltrow or once we saw the film, Odessa Zion. But I don't think.
Well, I think because the movie is a hit, in a similar fashion to A Complete Unknown, when that movie became a hit, it became hard to ignore. Springsteen, for example, not doing well this year, kind of knocked it out of the race entirely. It didn't get great reviews either, but I think the film having continued success over the next 6 weeks will be very helpful for nominations. So maybe someone like Odessa Zion gets in, but I don't know about Marty. It may not get in. Can a movie like The Secret Agent or Sentimental Value get in? Like, what are the international features that are getting in here? Last year, Conclave won this award over Honora, which was a little bit more of a character study. The other nominees were Complete Unknown, Amelia Perez, and Wicked. Wicked for Good could get in here?
I guess so.
It's very possible.
Okay.
I think actors like those movies. Is Cynthia Erivo going to be nominated for an Academy Award, do you think?
Has she been campaigning?
Not too much.
I mean, she took a break. And I guess we'll see at the Academy Award. I mean, at the Golden Globes, what happens. And whether she's back and whether she puts on another push. Because this is also... Nominations voting starts, I believe, next Monday, right after the Golden Globes.
Yes, later this week we will predict every Golden Globe race.
Oh, great. But so I think if she's front of mind the next 2 weeks, people will probably be like, oh, she was very good.
Agreed.
But we'll see.
2026.
Yeah. Films. They're making them.
So we each made lists.
Yeah.
I have 100 honorable mentions. I have honorable mentions broken into multiple categories.
You do.
I love a list. I love to anticipate.
Yes.
I love when I'm like, gosh, I hope this is good. It's my favorite feeling.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true. My favorite feeling is ambitious swing at a film that is gorgeously executed. That's my favorite thing.
Okay.
Second favorite thing is, gosh, I hope this is good.
Fair enough.
Just the way that it makes me feel. Sitting down, a movie's about to start. I've been thinking about it for months. I'm ready for it.
It is a very good feeling.
It's probably why I'm doing this, honestly. So, because you don't get that feeling at the end of a movie often. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a year.
Right, but I mean, that is a very exciting one.
It's very nice.
Is it more exciting to you when it's a film that you have been anticipating and it lands, or when you're just like, oh, this is out of nowhere?
Surprise. There are exceptions. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood very memorably was a moment when I could not have been looking forward to a movie more, and it exceeded my expectations. I genuinely was just levitated at the end of that movie. That doesn't happen often with something. I loved One Battle. We talked about it nonstop this year. And it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but I was like, of course he did that.
Yeah.
It's different when you don't see a movie coming, and that's harder. I don't know if this exercise kind of eliminates that opportunity. Like, I know too much. I think I said this like a year ago where I was like, I've just read too much. I watched too many trailers. I know what movies are in production. I'm obsessed.
And I'll say to you now what I said to you then, which is like, that's a you problem. You can fix it a little bit.
Or is it a me skill?
I guess so.
Does it or does it not power this show?
Right. But you also said that the best part of your break was not any film that you watched, but the feeling of not watching films for work.
I'm a man of tremendous contradiction.
That is so true. You also put so many movies on your list that I was just like, well, there are like 3 movies left coming out in 2026. I found some. I made some of my own sub lists.
Okay.
It's fine.
Exciting. I haven't looked at your sub lists. There were probably about 5 titles that I knew you would want.
Yeah.
That I didn't even have to think about. Just as I assume you think there were 5 or so that I would be okay with. Do you want to start or should I start? And should we do honorable mentions first rather than second?
That's way too chaotic because some of your honorable mentions are on my list. No, we just gotta do our list.
Okay, you go first.
Okay.
This is really, I like what you've done here.
My first slot are 3 films that could be the best or the worst thing that ever happened to me. And they set a tone for Amanda's 2026, which is, I don't know if it's getting what I want because I don't know if I ever wanted this, but the fan service and the sequelitis and the things you love being important again, that experience that you've been having for the last 10 years are coming for me. In The Devil Wears Prada 2, The Social Reckoning, and Sense and Sensibility. 2 sequels and a remake of 3 of my most beloved films. Let me just say right now, direct to camera, salute to you, Bill Simmons. The Devil Wears Prada is the #1 most rewatchable movie of all time. That was just, I sometimes I haven't even spoken to Bill for a few weeks, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, Bill is my soulmate. It's beautiful. It's correct. We didn't even have to talk about it. I know. I felt really seen. The Devil Wears Prada 2 could be a total disaster. It really could.
It could.
And
it's
really
be a big
embarrassing.
hit.
Well, that doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
I want it to not be embarrassing. I want to not slide in my seat and be like, oh no, because I love that original film very much. I think it's very good, very smart. I quote it all the time. The Social Reckoning, I first didn't want to put it on this list, and then I hadn't,
I served it up to you.
You did, and I was like, well, if I'm doing a thing about being nervous about ruining my favorite things, The Social Network was the #1 list on our 25 for 25.
Mm-hmm.
I love that film, and I'm just really nervous about Aaron Sorkin solo writing and directing a film about Facebook without Jesse Eisenberg as Mark Zuckerberg.
Do you genuinely think that this movie could sully the legacy of the first film? I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but anything is possible when people have internet connections in 2026, I mean, the world's just...
I think about this similarly to the way that I think about the last 2 Indiana Jones films.
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which Steven Spielberg directed.
Yes.
And The Dial of Destiny, which James Mangold directed. Most people I think would say Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is better. I'm a little bit warmer on Dial of Destiny. They're both not nearly as good as the first 3 films. Not nearly.
When he has the chat with Archimedes.
Yes,
at the end,
incredible. I love that part. He should have stayed there. That's my whole thing. Anyway, those movies, no matter how good or bad they were, they never could have messed with my love for Raiders of the Lost Ark. They just couldn't. It is unshakable.
Yeah.
And so I don't think that this movie can damage The Social Network. I think it can do damage to Aaron Sorkin's continued reputation as a creative person.
I think you're right. And I think the fact that there is no repeating cast is a good thing in the sense that it's just a separate something that they tried. In many ways, it's like the last 2 seasons of The West Wing, which, I have seen, but
we're without Aaron Sorkin.
Yes. Right. And things devolve. Right. Let's just put it that way.
Got a great cast in this movie.
Yeah.
Right? 2 Jeremys and a Mikey. It's good stuff.
And then Sense and Sensibility is a remake directed by Georgia Oakley, and Daisy Edgar Jones is Eleanor, and Esme Creed Miles is Marianne. Katrina Balfe is Mrs. Dashwood.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Sure. Frank Delane is Willoughby. Listen.
Frank Delane, terrific in Urchin.
And George Mackay is in it as Edward Ferrars. So listen.
Pretty good. Good cast.
Yeah, but the
Daisy Edgar Jones?
Well, listen, she's very pretty. So, and I didn't see Where the Crawdads Sing coming. I didn't see the end of it. It got me. So,
Where the Crawdads Sing, one of the worst films of the decade?
But that was like one of my first movies back from Knox maternity leave.
Okay.
I think my parents were, that was the same trip where I saw Minions: The Rise of Gru at Phipps Plaza.
Hold it together. We got 75 movies to talk about. Hang on.
I also saw Where the Crawdads Sing at my hometown movie theater. It's horrifying. That Harris Dickinson is one of those men is also just
it's not good.
It's okay. He made it out. They all made it out. I'm nervous about all 3 of these. I'm nervous.
I can't really speak to. I think Devil Wears Prada is a very good movie. It's not like one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't really care about its legacy at all.
Okay.
The Social Network obviously means a great deal to me. Sense and Sensibility, I like quite a bit.
Yeah.
It feels a little different. Adaptations of centuries-old novels. To me,
that's true. And the Austen remake, like there's always a remake or an adaptation or an update of like one of the Austen texts. Remember when we made you name all 6 Jane Austen novels?
I got close.
Yeah, but you didn't remember Pride and Prejudice.
I didn't.
Anyway, I agree with you, but the Emma Thompson Sense and Sensibility is a core text for me. So it's interesting. Am I supposed to open my heart to these? I've never been in this position
You're supposed
before.
to open your heart to every new film that comes out. That's the whole
Well,
point.
that is not how I live my life.
I know it's not. You're a crazy person. My number 13 is The Bride. And I share a similar unease as your number 13 choices with The Bride. On paper, The Bride is Maggie Gyllenhaal's new film, her follow-up to The Lost Daughter from Warner Brothers, from the Abdi DeLuca regime.
Right.
Starring Jessie Buckley and Christian Bale in a modern black and white riff on The Bride of Frankenstein. Lot of tic-tac-toe there for me.
Yeah.
I am a little bit put off by the trailer of this film, and the behind the scenes kind of production / like testing scuttlebutt of the movie for the movie is not good. That doesn't mean I'm not going to like it. And I'm really interested at least to see what it is. It kind of got dumped in the March window, but it kind of got placed in the Jessie Buckley Oscar zone.
Right.
So it's coming in a couple of months. We're going to find out pretty soon whether it works or not. But I'm very curious because it's a collision of a lot of things that I dig.
It's in the Mickey 17 spot.
It is.
And and in the same situation from the same Warner Brothers, executives.
Yeah.
Like Maggie Gyllenhaal is not Bong Joon-ho, but she's a great director. I really liked the Elena Ferrante adaptation that she did a few years ago. And it's the same time window release. And it's kind of the same, like, behind the scenes, like,
yeah.
So we'll see.
I thought we could just hang the 13, like,
yeah.
You have my attention, but also my concern.
We are anticipating them.
We are.
What is the nature of the anticipation?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is your number 12?
My number 12 is a little film called The Rip, starring Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, because moms and dads can have fun too,
Has anyone seen this film yet, which comes out in 10 days?
I watched a trailer this morning. Okay. Honestly, it looks great. I mean, it's just like, a Xerox of the town, which is a Xerox of the heat, but set in Miami. And they don't even bother with a Rebecca Hall character, as far as I can tell. But it's Matt Damon and Ben Affleck staring at each other, being like, are we going to be good guys or bad guys? Some others. I was excited.
Yeah, it's like a narcotics cop heist movie.
Yeah, great.
I would say also a slightly worrying release date of January 16th on Netflix. Not exactly encouraging.
Fine, but like, we can have fun. We can enjoy silly things.
I hope it's great. Joe Carnahan directed it.
Triple Frontier forever.
Some great Joe Carnahan movies in the past. The Grey, probably my favorite of his movies. Hopefully this is really, really good. We will talk about it. Yeah. And we will draft Matt Damon and Ben Affleck
you took
movies.
2 movies at number 12 that also, at least one of them would have been on my list.
You could have taken them.
Well, that's not, you just wrote 45,000 movies.
Oh, this is what I do. This is literally what I do for a living, is I just write lists of movies.
Yeah, I know. And then you read them aloud.
Well, to me, I really wanted to put a spotlight on Primetime, which is Lance Oppenheim's new feature film. Lance was a guest of the show a couple of years ago for Ren Fair, his documentary. He's only made documentaries to this point, 3 really interesting documentaries. This is his first feature for A24. It's a kind of set in the world of To Catch a Predator and Chris Hansen, the host of the show To Catch a Predator. And there was a documentary about this earlier this year called Predators that I have cited on the show a couple times. Robert Pattinson is playing Chris Hansen, or Chris Hansen-like figure in this movie. Not a lot is known about this movie. Lance is an extremely creative and I'd say daring documentarian who is constantly blurring the line between truth and fiction. To Catch a Predator was a show that blurred the line between truth and fiction, where they sort of set up these sting operations to ensnare child sexual predators. And I'm fascinated by what Lance will do. I know Lance a little bit, so about even given that, like, I think this is really interesting. But when I was thinking about this movie, which is sort of a docudrama, sort of not, it did get me thinking about Ink.
Yeah.
Which is sort of like the B-side to my Primetime rec.
Right.
I've only just recently become aware of Ink.
Yeah.
But Ink is the new Danny Boyle film about Rupert Murdoch.
Right. And who's playing Rupert Murdoch?
Who is playing Rupert Murdoch?
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce, right. So, Guy Pearce, legendary Australian, just like Rupert Murdoch, legendary Australian. Danny Boyle came back like a fucking house on fire with 28 Years Later last year. He's incredibly good at movies like this. If you've seen Steve Jobs, you know that he is like born to make these sharply scripted kind of like biopic snapshots of powerful people at critical stages of their lives. This is about a younger Rupert Murdoch. It's not the octogenarian that we know today. And I'm very interested in that movie. you never know.
Nanogenarian at this point.
Nanogenarian. Okay, cool.
Can you please discuss the supporting cast?
You're gonna have to remind me.
Jack O'Connell and Claire Foy in the Seth Rogen and Kate Winslet pole position. Like listen.
You should have just grabbed it. You should have just grabbed it.
You already had it, and you had like a nice little package about media stuff.
I did.
It's fine. I mean, I respect your list making, but I'm excited about this. It is true that sometimes Danny Boyle is really good at these things, and then also sometimes he gives you what you want so much that then you have a breakdown on a podcast because he reanimated John Lennon, and
could go either way. Takes a lot of swings. He's truly one of our most audacious mainstream filmmakers. And this movie does not have a studio as far as I know. It's being produced by Studio Canal. It started shooting in October. Not a guarantee that it's a 2026 movie. Right. So that's part of the other reason why I kind of sidecard it with Primetime. But yeah, Claire Foy, your girl. What's she been up to? Have you seen H's for Hawk?
No.
Okay.
You know how I am about birds.
I do actually. What's your number 11?
The entertainment system is down.
Okay, bold stroke here.
Well, here's the thing. I went back and forth on this. So this is the new film from Ruben Östlund.
Yep.
Which has not been announced for Cannes, but he is the king of Cannes, so I assume 100%
chance it will be there.
Incredible cast. Let me read, and it's what we know is what's in the title.
Yes.
People stuck on a plane. Here's the cast: Keanu Reeves, Daniel Bruhl, Samantha Morton, Nicholas Braun, Tobias Menzies, Vincent London, Connor Swindells. It's so good. It goes on, and of course, most important, Kirsten Kiki Dunst. I had a meeting with myself, and I go where Kirsten goes. Okay.
Yeah. Ruben Östlund is the most why does everybody like the band I like filmmaker in recent history for me, where when I saw Play and I saw Force Majeure, I was like, ooh, yeah, this gets at the real bitter heart,
right?
The real selfish, frail, masculine sadness. And I liked The Square, his film with Elizabeth Moss and
Clay Spang.
Thank you. About the art world. And, everybody caught on, right, with Triangle of Sadness. And that film was hugely acclaimed. It was a pretty big hit, won Palme d'Or. And the logline of this movie sounds so similar to his last couple of films, which are these big, obvious targets of, in the case of The Square, it's the vanity and emptiness of the art world.
Right.
In Triangle of Sadness, the sort of cone of wealth and how it these people don't really understand what's really transpiring in the world. And then in this movie, it's about the attention economy, right? What happens on a flight,
right,
when the entertainment system goes down, and what do people do to each other?
I mean, the hope.
They're very broad satire.
Yes.
I like them.
The hope. I think Triangle of Sadness, which we both liked, but it was very obvious. Yes, we do in fact know the rich people are bad. If this is less about how everyone is stupid on their phones and more about how social norms have just completely, the social contract is completely dead.
Yes.
And this could be smartly observed and funny.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a great cast.
Mm-hmm.
If it is just the I can't remember the actor's name because the character's name was CY in Wake Up Dead Man, the vlogger,
it is Daryl McCormick.
Yes. If it's just that character from Wake Up Dead Man, but everyone just doing dumb things on their phone, or yelling because there's no Wi-Fi, then I agree with you. But once again, I go where Kirsten Dunst goes.
I completely understand. I support it.
I'm setting my intentions
I have a similar relationship with Keanu Reeves, so I'm intrigued. I hope that film is good. Look, here's what I did yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
My dad gave me a gift certificate for Christmas.
Okay.
To buy any Blu-rays that I wanted.
That's nice.
And I used that gift certificate yesterday. And I bought the Curzon Ruben Östlund box set.
Wow.
Which includes his short films, most of which I have not seen, his very early movies that he made in Scandinavia. I'm gonna try to not be sour about it. Yeah. I really liked Force Majeure a lot. I thought about it for 25 for 25. I would love for this movie, because this movie is going to be a big deal. It's going to be around because it's going to be competing for the Palme, and it's probably going to be an Academy movie, probably. So you're definitely right to put it on this list. My number 11 is somewhat similar.
Okay. Exactly.
Now,
So relax.
But here, I don't want to be too associated with your strong negative feelings around this movie.
Okay, that's fine.
I want to open my mind to Digger, which is the new Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu film starring Tom Cruise. I didn't really share any feelings about the teaser because you were big mad, which I thought was okay.
I thought that big mad. I just had an opinion, which is what I'm paid to do on this podcast. Okay,
well, it's debatable. It could be bad. It could be silly. It could be overwrought. It could be overdrawn.
It could be great.
I'm excited to see what Tom Cruise can do. That's really what it comes down to. Iñárritu, not a huge fan of as a filmmaker. There are some films of his that I like. I was blown away by Amores Perros, as most people were.
Yeah, of course.
And it has felt like a little bit of repeating himself in some ways over that time. But Tom Cruise in an original film. This doesn't happen anymore. It's happened once every 15 years now. So hopefully this is the start of something bigger. I hope it's not too goofy. That's the one thing I'll say.
Yeah, I hope so as well. Listen, if it's great, I will be very excited.
Yes. Do you think this movie is going to do festivals?
As I said to you,
you think it's just Venice set up for Venice?
Yeah. Just because of the time thing, and because it is dated for October, I think it would be strange to do Cannes and then sit on it.
Agree with you.
So probably Venice.
Okay. Number 10.
How to Make a Killing. This is the new John Patton Ford movie, who directed Emily the Criminal, which was...
You love that movie.
Yeah, a great film. And then it stars Glenn Powell, who I'm also a fan of, Margaret Qualley. It's sort of a classic. Glenn Powell is a guy who is disinherited and tries to take revenge against his family in order to get back his inheritance. So some of the same themes of slimy capitalism, but from a different perspective than Emily the Criminal. But I just really liked that movie.
I think it would be... This occurred to me when I saw the trailer for this movie, which seems like a little bit of a soft remake of Kind Hearts and Coronets. And that maybe Glenn Powell wants to be Alec Guinness.
Great.
In terms of a lot of costumes, characters that are unrecognizable, a kind of antic, silly, serious tone to almost everything that he makes. Twisters is really the only hyper serious movie that he's made, right?
I guess so. And he still gets to be funny, Yeah. He's the charm merchant in that. Yeah, that could be nice for him.
Yeah. Alec Guinness episode?
I was sure. It's very big in my house right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
His performance when we watched The New Hope a couple weeks ago really popped out to me again. Really. He's really giving it his all with some of the... It must have been complete poppycock to him on the page, but he sold it hard. My number 10 is Remain. This is the new M. Night Shyamalan film starring Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
Could really go either way.
We're all taking chances.
I think the challenge of these lists is, there's a bunch of movies that I feel fairly confident are going to be good. That I'm I'm excited to see them, but there's not a lot of emotional unknown. Remain is a complete emotional unknown. With Trap was super divisive. You and I really liked it. We had a great time seeing that movie. And I don't know if I've heard more from people about what an idiot I am for liking a movie than the movie Trap, which is fine. I really did have a great time with it. And
when he takes his shirt off to try to poison his long-suffering wife. Oh, really good stuff.
Not ideal. Not what you want.
It was so funny.
So Remain, which I think was shot on VistaVision.
Okay. Listen.
Shout out to M. Night Shyamalan. I'm going to read you the log line.
I can't wait.
New York architect Tate Donovan. You can't name a character Tate Donovan. Tate Donovan's a real guy. Night. What are we doing? New York architect Tate Donovan heads to Cape Cod to design a summer home for his best friend, seeking a fresh start after being treated for acute depression. Still mourning his sister's death, he meets Wren, a young woman who disrupts his carefully ordered world. Jake Gyllenhaal is Tate. And Phoebe Dynevor is Wren.
All right.
From Bridgerton.
I like her as a foil to him.
Counterpoint. Yes, I agree. Here's a real concern.
Jake Gyllenhaal as a depressed architect.
There's a real concern with this movie.
Yeah.
So the film is written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan, but the story is by Nicholas Sparks.
Oh, Well, I honestly, I'm leaning
You're in. You're in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat for this one.
It does have
Great.
a big fat October 23rd Halloween release date. This is like
Wonderful.
very clearly a kind of ghost story.
I mean, this is what we were talking about. You know, Nicholas Sparks writes books that were adapted for many years. When will we do our Sparks episode? Nicholas Sparks episode.
It's not a bad idea.
Right.
It's honestly not a bad idea. I have seen maybe like 3 of the 13 adaptations.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get the impression they're very good.
The Notebook is an all-timer.
Okay. Number 9?
The Moment. Charlie.
Is this going to be good?
I'm going to have a good time.
Okay.
Do you want to do a Charlie holiday movie check-in?
Sure. Yeah. Let's see what she watched.
Let's-
Thanks for asking. We've been tracking on the show Charlie XCX's work on Letterboxd, and I haven't really checked in on her in a while. Wow, some incredible news for you.
Okay.
Let's just go from Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve, she checked out Jay Kelly.
Okay.
No heart, no star, no review.
Yeah.
Christmas Day, double feature. She started with Paddington in Peru,
Okay.
and she followed that up with a 5-star hearted review of Cape Fear.
Legendary.
26th, she went in reverse order to check out Paddington 2.
Okay.
Sounds
Good.
like maybe she hadn't seen Paddington 2 before.
Positive.
But watched Paddington in Peru first. She hearted it.
Okay.
She rewatched on the 26th also Fargo, 5 stars. Her review for the film Fargo is Francis is the GOAT.
Okay.
Can't say I disagree. Skipped a couple days of screenings. Came back with a fury
All right.
on December 29th.
Maybe she was spending time with her family.
She watched The Aviator, a
Wow.
rewatch.
Wow.
No notes other than a rewatch.
Okay. I feel the same way.
I'd like to rewatch it, actually. Then she watched Inland Empire, R.I.P. David Lynch.
Incredible.
She did heart that film. Looks like her first watch. Then she watched Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Little palate cleanser at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Love to watch Inland Empire and then Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Normal behavior.
You do need to reset before you go to bed.
It's true. She had a really good time on December 30th and December 31st.
Great.
On
I'm
December
glad someone
30th,
did.
I had a nice time. She watched 21 Jump Street. Great comedy.
Classic.
The next day,
Mhm.
on Eve, she watched 22 Jump Street. Also very
Beautiful.
funny.
Yeah.
Then she followed up.
You know what I think about from those movies all the time, and I can't remember which one. When Channing Tatum is like trying to figure out what's going on with the backpack and like why you only wear one
Yes.
one sleeve or like one thing now. And he's like, "What? This changed."
These
It
movies
used
are
to be
very
two."
ripe for the rewatchables. I can't
They are.
believe that 21 Jump Street hasn't been on the rewatchables. Rush Hour 2
Okay.
came right after that, 5 stars.
Beautiful.
Rush Hour back in the news. Rush Hour 4 apparently
Okay.
going into production, directed by Brett Ratner at Paramount.
I hope that Charlie is not accepting a role in Rush Hour 4.
On New Year's Day,
Yes.
she watched Ballad of a Small Player.
Okay.
No review, no stars,
Okay.
no heart, nothing. And then on January 2nd, she watched Something's Gotta Give.
Wow. Welcome.
First time screening.
Okay.
No-
Nothing.
no, nothing.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Do you think she was listening to 25 for 25?
Probably not. Because if she was listening to 20, we would have heard from her by now. If she were that
Personally?
deep in the archives. Yeah.
What do you mean? You think she would have called me?
No, she would have DM'd us.
Mm.
I just like to, because we've been so involved with the letterbox.
No DMs on Letterboxd, though.
Well, you know, she has Instagram.
That's true. That's true. Does she follow you?
No.
Okay. Where were we? Number 9?
The Moment. I'm excited.
I hope it's good.
I hope so as well.
January 30th release date? We'll see.
We got to watch something.
Yeah, there's a bunch of movies that day. Send Help, the new film from Sam Raimi, comes
Okay.
out that day.
Something for you, something for me.
That's true. That'll be an interesting episode. I think there's going to be 2 Dumpuary episodes this year, a January Dumpuary and a February Dumpuary.
Wonderful. Yeah. I'm so happy New Year.
Okay. My number 9 is also kind of a cheat. My
It's not a cheat. I'm excited about The Moment. I'm excited about.
No. I mean, because I had another category. These are sort of like
Okay.
sidecars.
Okay.
They're not actually
Yeah,
2
yeah,
films
yeah,
on the
yeah,
list.
yeah.
But number 9, I think is coming out this year, and it's October, and this is the new film from Jeremy Saulnier. Last seen making Rebel Ridge, arguably the greatest film in Netflix original film history. Awesome cast, horror action thriller that sounds like it's going to be. First of all, A24 has just not made as many horror movies in the last couple of years.
Mhm.
Feels like Saulnier going back to his roots of like the horror action of Blue Ruin and Green Room. And the cast of this movie is really good. Corey Michael Smith who was in May December and Saturday Night. Chase Sui Wonders, Last Seen on the Studio. Sophie Wilde from Talk to Me. I don't know much about this movie, but I love Saulnier. Wrote and directed this movie. I'm pretty fired up for it. Now, as a bit of a sidecar for the movie, there's another A24 film that's kind of like an action movie that I'm citing this one really more for CR.
Okay.
So,
do you think he's listening right now? What if his resolution was to give up on the third chair and give up on us?
I want him to be happy. That's all I really want for Chris, honestly. What I want is for Chris. If you love
them, set them free.
I really do want him to be happy, as much as I like potting with him. Enemies is the other film.
Mm-hmm.
Enemies is the new movie from Henry Dunham. Henry Dunham's only directed one other film. It's called Standoff at Sparrow Creek. It was a big CR movie when it came out, pre-COVID, that starred James Badgedale. This new movie is a bit of a leveling up. Produced by Ari Aster. It's also A24. The logline is, a detective has a battle of wits in pursuit of a fugitive contract killer. And it stars Jeremy Allen White and Austin Butler, as well as Anna Sawai from Shogun.
Sounds great.
Pretty exciting.
I'm open.
This is like, I need A24 to get evil again.
Okay.
They were very good at making deeply evil films and just like hard-bitten, nasty, stylish movies.
Evil movies with people you really like.
Yes.
My next one is not evil, but I think it's going to be like really darkly fucked up.
Okay,
with people I really like, which is Fjord, the new Christian Mungiu movie with Sebastian Stan and Renata Rensby.
Yeah, I like this pick a lot.
And and as I understand it, they moved to a remote Norwegian town and then are ostracized by everyone they know, which we know Renata Rensby is going to be really good at.
Yes.
And
no one does alienation like Renata Rensby.
Yeah. And the Scandinavian peoples, I continue to try to understand their ways from afar and through their deeply weird films. But Sebastian Stan and Renata Rensby are like dynamite actors.
I'm really glad you picked this. I made a list of 10 international films that I'm excited about. This was right at the top because Christian Mungiu's last film is called RMN. I had him on the show for the movie. I think it's one of the most underrated movies of the last 10 years.
It was also a big Adam Naiman film.
Mungiu, really celebrated filmmaker, made that devastating abortion drama, 15 years ago. But that movie is really, really strong. And this feels like it's almost like a spiritual sequel about kind of like alienation and immigration and Romanian culture. Sebastian Stan is Romanian. And so I think he sought out Mungiu to make a film with him. And so...
And I do think that is in the text of the film, that it's a Romanian husband, Norwegian wife, and they move back to her hometown, and then things get weird.
Wonderful pick. This could be a Cannes film?
I would assume so.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it could be definitely a festival movie, but Neon Distributing, pretty exciting. If you like RMN or any of his movies, we had a great chat on the show. I think it was in 2022. I would encourage people to check that out. Okay, I like that pick a lot. My next one is... speaking of Cannes, Her Private Hell. Her Private Hell is the return of Nicholas Winding Refn to cinema.
That's beautiful. Wow. We just said goodbye to Chris, but
he's back.
We gotta bring him back.
CR is back.
What was that show called?
There were two. There was one on Amazon.
Cowboy Bebop? What was that?
You're thinking of Copenhagen Cowboy.
Okay.
Cowboy Bebop is an entirely different thing in the realm of anime, which they then made a live action adaptation of it on Netflix. And do you know who Bebop is in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No, I never made it that far.
Do you know who Rocksteady is? Okay, we'll come back to that. So Copenhagen Cowboy, and then before
I just wanted to say that is the single most deranged episode of podcasting that the two of you have ever done.
The Copenhagen Cowboy?
Yes, and again, the weirder you are, the more I love you. But that was two men in like true psychosis. So in a way, I'm
mainlined Copenhagen Cowboy. I watched like 8 episodes in 8 hours.
You made that incredibly clear.
Yeah. Chris and I love Nicholas Winding Refn. We always have. We saw Drive together, I think, and we are the world's staunchest defenders of Only God Forgives, which is just the most humorless, insane film ever made. And I've just been dying for this guy to stop making fucking streaming TV shows. Too Old to Die Young is the other TV show that he made.
Sure. I also remember that.
I didn't like that one as much.
Yeah.
That also had Miles Teller in it. Her Private Hell is... Here's the logline. An edgy, hypnotic, and unhinged thriller based on an original story that features lots of glitter, sex, and violence.
Okay, cool.
That sounds awesome. Sophie Thatcher, Havana Rose Liu, Dougray Scott, Christine Froseth, and Charles Melton.
Okay.
And Diego Calva from Babylon. So pretty exciting.
I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited to observe whatever happens in your film going experience.
Just boys being boys, just boys being boys, checking out the cinema of Nicholas Winding Refn. Okay, what's number 7 for you?
It's Narnia. It is. If you're not watching, I just slumped in my seat. So I know I did it. Okay, I did. Listen.
Come on, it could be good. It could be great.
Narnia, the Magician's Nephew. Which I learned is the full title.
That is not the title.
I learned this yesterday.
That can't be real.
Narnia, the Magician's Nephew.
Narnia, the podiatrist's uncle.
Is an upcoming epic high fantasy film written and directed by my beloved Greta Gerwig. Listen, if I'm going to go where Kiki goes, I go where Greta goes. Okay?
Okay.
Even if it's to Narnia.
Yes.
To meet the Magician's Nephew, which is also the plot of The Nutcracker.
Yes.
But that's okay.
Narnia, the pool cleaner's third cousin.
Carey Mulligan is in this movie. Emma Mackey, redeemed, I hope. Daniel Craig? I don't know. Listen, if it's what Greta wants, then it's what Greta wants. Then it's what I want.
So I've been reading The Wizard of Oz at home with Alice,
nice.
the novel. And it's been a really great experience.
The shoes are silver in that book. Many people let me know after the Wicked episode.
I've now learned that having read the novel. I'm sure I read it as a kid.
I didn't know.
Thank
you to everyone who politely explained that to us. They were mostly polite.
Reading the novel has been very exciting. Obviously, it's fun to read a proper book with your kids, not a picture book after reading 4.5 years of picture books. We did try Harry Potter and we tried the Chronicles of Narnia. We tried the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And none of those books hit.
Okay. Oz
is hitting, I think, because there's an awareness of source material, but I want to circle back to Narnia.
I read them when I was a child, and I think I liked them.
Okay.
This isn't like a Tolkien thing for me, where I'm just, Middle Earth blind. I'm getting excited. Music by Mark Ronson.
Really? Is this going to be like a funky Narnia?
I don't know. Mark Ronson contains multitudes.
What if it's like really cokey? What if it's just like really out of control? Like it's Boogie Nights Narnia. The Magician's Nephew's got a lot of problems. He's really hung up on a lot of shit.
It's based on a novel called The Magicians, which is the 6th novel. I'm clicking through now. Portal fantasy novel by C.S. Lewis.
Okay.
It's a prequel. The middle third of the novel features the creation of the Narnia world by Aslan the Lion. Okay. So I see why you're starting there.
Very cool.
Listen.
Shout out to Aslan the Lion. Is Daniel Craig playing the lion? He is, right?
I think so.
Okay. Is he doing it in the Benoit Blanc voice?
I would enjoy that.
I do declare I am Aslan. Okay. My number is, were you on 7? We're on 7. My number 7 is Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma, which is the new film from Jane Schoenbrunn. That is clearly their riff on a hardcore camp slasher, a la Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
Historically a very transgressive space. Schoenbrunn's first 2 films are fascinating in the way that they kind of like deconstruct our expectations of movies. We're all going to the World's Fair, and I saw the TV Glow from 2024, which I loved. And this one features Hannah Einbinder and Gillian Anderson. Been anticipating this for a while. Jane talked about the movie a little bit when they were on the show back around I saw the TV Glow time. I could have put a lot more horror on this list, but I put 2 back to back here. I guess maybe Her Private Hell in October are also horror, but this is the refuge of the auteur right now. There's the Nolans of the world, right? The Villeneuves of the world. There's the Spielbergs of the world, the major filmmakers. And then everybody below them is like, what's my horror movie? Because if I can get that made.
Exactly.
And this is a slightly lower scale than the next one I'll talk about, but I'm very excited about it.
High fantasy adaptation of The Magician's Nephew.
Damn. I can't believe that magician had a nephew. That's fucking wild. Okay, what's number 6 for you?
The nephew who created... whatever, we'll find out. Another from your international list.
Yes.
Possible Love, which is Lee Chang-dong's first movie since Burning. I'll read the logline. The story centers on 2 couples whose vastly different lifestyles create unexpected intersections leading to disruptions in their seemingly stable routines. So love quadrangle in a weird way, which follows up on Burning being a love triangle of uncomfortable things. I'm excited.
I am too. Lee Chandong has not made a film in a long ass time, man.
Yeah.
7, 8, it'll be 8 years. And he's not, I think it was 8 years between Burning and Poetry. So will be a world cinema event, this new film. I remember very vividly. Did Burning, did it premiere at Cannes, Burning? I saw it at the New York Film Festival, at the premiere at the New York Film Festival. And it was electric. It was a great screening. Pretty excited about this one.
Yeah, this is exciting.
Okay. What's next for me? Number 6 is Resident Evil.
Yeah. Good.
I don't really know anything about Resident Evil.
Right.
I've never played it. It's a video game.
Jack?
Long-running video game series.
One sentence, Resident Evil.
I played it one time when I was 9, remember nothing.
Well, were you the resident or the evil?
The resident.
Okay.
It's a zombie apocalypse movie.
Great.
About a young woman trying to survive, and she has to kill a lot of zombies.
Okay. Is her name Alice?
Not sure.
Okay.
I think that Kreger, who loves this video game, Zach Kreger is the writer and director of this movie. I'm telling the audience.
Yes.
He's a big fan of the games. We talked about it a little bit in August when he was on the show. In another director's hands, and this movie has been in the hands of Paul W.S. Anderson for many, many years, I probably wouldn't care very much. I think the Resident Evil movies are perfectly fine and totally forgettable. I'm so interested to see if he can do something special with IP. It's very rare.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we just had this conversation about The Magician's Nephew.
Yes. Empowering auteurs with powerful IP is dicey. Because studios, there's more on the line for them with those movies. And so usually they want more control. It seems like Kreger's going to get to do whatever he wants, which is fascinating. And maybe Resident Evil is just like, it's just the handle on the door.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the punch code. And then once you get in, he'll be able to make his own world as much as he wants. But we'll see. This is one where I don't really know what to expect. And so I'm excited about that. Okay.
I loved how candid he was with you on the weapons conversation. Because you pretty subtly were like, I'm a little bummed out your next movie's IP. And he was like, I totally understand you, but here's why it's not going to be anything like that. And maybe I'm just in the bag for him where I choose to believe him. But
I hope so. I'm obviously in the bag for him as well. This could be horror movie event of the year. We'll see. All right, number 5 for you.
I think this is happening this year. Its production started at the end of last year. Behemoth! ! Written and directed by Tony Gilroy.
Yes.
Tony Gilroy doing original films. I trust. I will go every single time.
Yes.
Don't know much about this. It is apparently about a cellist.
Mm-hmm.
It stars Pedro Pascal, David Harbour, Ava Victor, and Olivia Wilde.
Searchlight.
We've said many times that duplicity is just, if they could just redo it, everything the same again, I think it would turn out like transcendently.
Yes.
I really believe in Tony Gilroy. I like that he's writing and making movies again. Did you catch up on Andor season 2?
Thank you for asking. I almost got to the end of break without doing it.
Yeah.
Because it was very busy, as you know, and there was not a lot of free time to watch TV because I can't watch this with Eileen.
Mm-hmm.
But 2 nights ago,
okay,
I had an open night. 3 nights ago now, I had an open night. And I watched the recap of season 1, which was all the way back in 2022, I think.
Sounds right.
And it was a 14-minute recap. And I watched it and I was like, I have to start watching this right now because I got chills from the first season recap.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched 6 episodes in 2 days. So
Wow.
I'm halfway through the second season, which has been exceptional. Not life-altering in the way that I was promised, but I realize I now have the second half of the season to watch.
Yeah.
Obviously, he is a god.
He
is the greatest.
Yeah.
So I am very excited about this. Only his 4th feature film. And one of those movies is The Bourne Legacy. So, which is a good movie. But yeah, I'm really excited about this as well. It was originally going to be Oscar Isaac. He dropped out. Now Pedro Pascal.
It feels a little bit like who can you get to get the movie going, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, Pedro Pascal, he can get movies made. I like that pick a lot. Okay. My number 5 is Paper Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Paper Tiger is the new film from my buddy James Gray, who is not represented on 25 for 25. Have some regrets about that. Two Lovers.
As you know, I'm a huge Two Lovers
That's the last great Gwyneth performance.
To now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's totally fair, but it is.
Which Pepper Potts part do you like?
Great. Well, listen, at some point we have to put the press tours up. She taught Timothy Chalamet about Bonnie Raitt. Okay.
Paper Tiger is kind of back to James Gray's roots. Two brothers pursue the American dream but get entangled in a dangerous Russian mafia scheme that terrorizes their family, testing their bond as betrayal becomes possible. Adam Driver, Scarlett Johansson, Miles Teller. If you haven't seen Little Odessa, James's first movie, that sounds pretty similar. And it feels like him really returning to something that he is very comfortable with. So really excited about that. I mean, Driver and ScarJo.
Yeah. We've entered like the sharing the.
Yes. We'll both be very excited for this film. Yes.
Would have been on my list.
And this also.
And Miles Teller.
Can or Telluride?
He likes Can, right?
Well, the French love him.
Yeah. I would do Can. I hope for Can.
I just don't know if it's done. I haven't spoken to him. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Number 4 for you.
Number 4, the drama. Christopher Borgli, Robert Pattinson, Zendaya, the Boston Globe fake announcement of their engagement. I'm ready. I guess.
Did you like the trailer?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you know, I think the weddings are preposterous and they make me feel similarly. So, I don't know what's going on there. I realize now I'm talking about, I've picked a lot of movies where just things are going very wrong in the domestic life emotionally, which is not a reflection.
Sure.
It's been a long few weeks.
Yeah. Your favorite movies of the year were Die My Love and If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Everything's fine. I'm fine.
I'm great. I get to go to Narnia. I think it looks great. I also I love Zendaya. But Robert Pattinson is maybe my number 2 movie star. I'm here for it.
Oh, interesting.
I love him. I think he's so good.
He's really been doing his part selection is exceptional.
Wonderful.
I have seen the drama. I can't really say anything about it, but I'm looking forward to discussing it with you on this show. My next pick is Jack of Spades. Here's what Jack of Spades is.
Okay.
I hope this movie's coming out this year. I think it is. It's a new film from Joel Coen, written and directed by Joel Coen. Coen brothers are still not back together. This is a gothic mystery starring Josh O'Connor.
I'm open.
This won't be the last time Josh O'Connor's name comes up in this episode.
Yeah.
But Frances McDormand, Leslie Manville, and Damian Lewis are also in this movie. I don't know if it's a period piece. It was shot in Scotland. So I'm wondering, is it contemporary or is it more of like a Sherlock Holmes thing or more of like The Innocents style, like haunted film? I don't really know what to expect. Edgar Allan Poe, is that an influence? I don't know. I'm super excited. I liked The Tragedy of Macbeth. Didn't love. Had some reservations about it. This brings back that whole crew. Carter Burwell doing the music. Bruno Delbonnel shooting the film. Frances McDormand in a Coen Brothers film. Fingers crossed. I think it finished filming in December. So in all likelihood, it will be this year. And that also, what festival is that? New York, maybe?
Maybe.
Could be.
Or maybe it just skips festivals. I don't think Macbeth was at a festival.
Right, it wasn't. It was close to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Very close to the end of the year. Okay, number 3 for you.
Artificial. Which is the real social reckoning. So my boy Luca is back.
Licking his wounds.
I'll always be with him. This is, of course, Luca Guadagnino. I enjoyed the first 90 minutes of After the Hunt. I think I'm the only person on this planet, but that's okay. And then it really went off a cliff. This one is written by Simon Rich, and it's the Sam Altman movie.
Simon Rich is writing this?
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Okay, cool.
It's the Sam Altman movie. I will read you the rest of the cast. So Andrew Garfield is playing Sam Altman, and he's wearing fleece vests. The set photos just of his costuming, which I believe Jonathan Anderson was involved in, is amazing.
Okay.
Monica Barbaro, Yura Borisov, Ike Barinholtz, Cooper Hoffman, Jason Schwartzman, Billy Lord, Sasha Mamet, Chris O'Dowd.
Pretty good.
I'm ready. It could go very wrong, but I believe that it can go very right.
So I want to share with you a couple things.
Yeah.
I did watch 2 editions of Actors on Actors last night. The first one I watched was Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence in full, which you shared the meme recently about how that is an adequate reflection of our podcast, which I agree with. Generally a great conversation. I've rarely seen Leo so unguarded and so personal.
Though there's also it is an interesting dynamic. Like he's
absolutely well. He's trying to stay tight.
Right.
Keep not share.
And
but
she will
Jennifer
not give
Lawrence
up.
is a wonderful interviewer. I thought she really got a lot of great stuff out of him. I've really turned around on her. She's really cool. She's really interesting. But she asked really good questions, and that was a great watch. Like it was 30 minutes of interview that I really enjoyed.
Also launched 1,000 memes.
It did.
Yeah. Loved it.
And then I immediately watched Sean Penn and Julia Roberts after that. And it was really fascinating. Did you watch this one?
No.
Sean Penn leaned forward like this close to Julia Roberts the entire time. And he seemed like simultaneously very comfortable and very uncomfortable. And he was very eloquent about the process of working on one battle. And the questions that he asked Julia Roberts about after the hunt were fascinating because he was often like, well, as you know, I have a lot of strong opinions about this world, which was like, he wasn't like, I love this film. He was like, I've got a lot of thoughts about academia and the woke mob. Anyway, Julia was great and insightful as always, but she talked about her relationship with Luca. And she was like, I very rarely have an ongoing dialogue during the making of a movie with a filmmaker like I did with Luca. She's like, I'm very close friends with a lot of filmmakers that I've worked with multiple times outside of the movies. But during the making of a movie, and she told some story about being at a table in her home, being at her kitchen table with Luca, the screenwriter, Andrew Garfield, Io Debris, and her talking the movie out. And she was like, you're really with comfortable artists, sophisticated artists, when you can have a strong opinion about something and not feel like you have to jockey for position, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
The movie, I think, is really unsuccessful, but she's excellent in that movie, as we said. I think that's really one of her best performances in some time. And so I'm not like evacuating all the Lucas stock or anything. It is interesting, though, to go from like hot button topic after the hunt to hot button topic AI and the development of artificial intelligence and, the quagmire of technology for him. I'm very interested in this movie, too. I knew you would pick it.
Yeah.
But it's such a coin flip movie to me.
Totally. But if it goes well, it could be amazing. You know what? And I go to the cinema to experience magic, just like Nicole Kidman taught me. My heart's open. So
okay. I'm happy to hear that. I hope I'll be able to go to the cinema to see my number 3, which is The Adventures of Cliff Booth.
Yeah.
This is the new film from David Fincher, directed by David Fincher, written by Quentin Tarantino. It is a sort of quasi-sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I talked about earlier in this episode. This should be number 1.
Yeah.
Given my predilections. And yet, I feel like I need this to be a real movie.
Well, it is. It's on a different level than my Devil Wears Prada 2, Sense and Sensibility, Social Reckoning type thing. But it is all of the things and people you love reheating something, hopefully at a very high level. And I believe that it will be. But you're like, do I want? Can it be as good? I feel slightly. I don't know if you feel anxious about it. I don't feel anxious about it. And I don't think it will have any effect on how we feel about one battle after another. But it is a little like, okay, you guys are just doing this?
Well, I remember very vividly talking with you after Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and feeling like this is a very mature movie for Quentin. That there seems to be that like ironic detachment or that kind of reliance on genre exercise that he made one of his calling cards over the years, that he kind of dispensed with it to some extent in that movie. And that it's a very emotional movie.
Yeah.
And very effective because of that. And I think a lot of the Cliff Booth stuff, the sort of like the lonely life in the trailer with Brandy, and like he seems happy, but also there's something missing. And a lot of the conversation in the latter half of the film about the relationship between him and Rick, and not a brother, but something closer than a wife. Like all that stuff is a lot deeper, I would say, honestly. And so, but if you read the novelization of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and you read about like the Cliff Booth character, like it's a little bit sillier, a little bit more fun, more freewheeling. So the idea of this movie being like less serious, but in Fincher's hands, I'm just speculating. It just feels a little unusual, and it's Netflix. It's Netflix, and there's just it's just going to feel different. It's just,
You're right.
It could be great. I hope it's amazing. I'm desperate for this movie to be good. And if it is good, it will power July on this podcast. The Odyssey and this movie coming at the same time.
Is it the same weekend?
I don't know what the release date is on this.
Okay.
I do believe it's going to be a July movie, though.
Okay.
Could be wrong. Could be fall, but feels like a July movie, right?
Well, One Battle was. I mean, not One Battle. Excuse me. Once Upon a Time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2 for you.
What did I put on this? Number 2. Oh, yeah. Sure. Project Hail Mary. That's great. Just take me to space, Ryan Gosling.
Coming soon.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen the trailer now 45,000 times, and it doesn't feel as magical as the first one.
Yeah. Are you going to CinemaCon this year?
I don't know. I haven't filled out my thing yet.
Okay.
It's whatever.
Matt and I can podcast alone.
But so I'm excited. I like a big budget spectacle. I like a space movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if it is reheating The Martian, because it is another big budget movie adapted from an Andy Weir novel in which a man goes alone to space and then saves himself and everyone else.
Yeah. Some writers have themes that they like to return to.
I think that seems great.
Mm-hmm.
So if it is The Martian reheated, then I'll have a great time.
Okay. I'm excited about this. It's coming soon.
I know.
In a couple months. My number 2 is Dune Part 3.
Yeah. Also excited.
Dune Part 3 slated to come out the same weekend as Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, who's going to stand down?
I mean, one assumes Dune Part 3. You assume it's coming in November, right? Wasn't Part 2 in November? Gotta feel like they're going to be like, announce that, well, we're feeling really good about where we're at, so we're bumping it up to Thanksgiving weekend or even sooner than that.
It was March 2024.
Oh, you're right. What about Dune Part 1? Was that in the fall? That was in October, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I saw it before Telluride that year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited about this.
I am too.
Dune 1 and 2, the very rare spectacle event IP movie that like pretty much lived up to my expectations and were among my favorite movies of those years when they came out. They are actually in that, not quite at that Lord of the Rings level, but pretty close. And this is the last Villeneuve movie before he goes into Bondland. So
where are you on spoilers right now? What do you know?
I don't know anything.
Okay.
And I would venture to guess that you don't know anything either, because I think they're not doing exactly the adaptation.
I do also admit that I've forgotten most of what I read. So I think Florence Pugh will be a bigger part of it, I hope.
God bless.
That's great news. I'm excited for this too. I would have put it on my list, but you put it on your list. Yeah.
Pattinson getting added to the mix here. Crazy. and this already has every cool and interesting young actor in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay, number 1 for you. What is it?
Is the movie that has every old interesting actor in Hollywood and some new and some young new ones. It's The Odyssey, directed by Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's have every movie star in one film together. I've honestly been feeling Robert Pattinson is not in The Odyssey, right?
No, I think he is.
Oh, he is? Oh, good. Okay,
so.
I was nervous that he wasn't. You can't keep track anymore.
Isn't he?
I don't know, but I was like, oh, you did Tenet, and then you just couldn't get back in. And then he is. He's Antinous. I'm really going to have to work on my pronunciations. Well, good. That makes me feel better because I was feeling bad for him. But that's great. Robert Pattinson will be on the train. Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Lupita, Zendaya, Charlize, John Bernthal, Benny Safdie, John Leguizamo, Himesh Patel, Mia Goth. Like, great. Yes. And then Homer, undefeated these 3,000 years.
I got a couple things I want to throw at you really quick. One, did a little vacation planning with Eileen yesterday.
Okay.
Was like January or July 14th through the 24th is a no-go.
Right.
We're not going anywhere. We got a movie event of the year, The Odyssey, no question about it. 2, did you know that John Bernthal and Evan Moss-Bacharach are doing Dog Day Afternoon on Broadway in March?
I did, but I had forgotten. But how do I get there? I
discovered this yesterday and I sent it to CR immediately, and I was like, dog, what the fuck? We have to go to this. I don't know who's playing this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, what would you think?
I would imagine Bernthal would be Pacino.
Really?
And Evan Moss-Bacharach would be in the Cazale part.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That makes the most sense.
I think it's an original adaptation of the screenplay.
Okay.
So That's fascinating. And then the other thing I want to cite to you is what a crazy year for Pattinson coming up. This is like Josh O'Connor on steroids right now. So you mentioned the drama and the Odyssey and Dune Part 3 already. We've got all three of those on there. I mentioned Primetime as well, which I think is this year. It could be next year. And then he's got another movie that I almost put on my list that I'm very excited about called Here Comes the Flood, which is also a Netflix original directed by Fernando Meirelles, starring Denzel Washington and Robert Pattinson, Daisy Edgar Jones. Logline, a bank guard, a teller, and a master thief get caught in a deadly game of cons and double crosses. What?
Wow.
Come on. Let's go.
So that is exciting to you, but Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in a deadly game of cons and double crosses in Miami. Okay.
I mean, look, the rip might rip. We don't know. The Odyssey.
Remember the James Cameron quotes that like the time to love this movie is right now? What we did together is right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Just we'll remember what you said about
Is that how you speak to your husband? My number one is Disclosure Day.
Yeah.
Which I was I don't know if I would have put this at number one if I had not seen the trailer, but the trailer got me very, very excited. I think it was interesting that they launched that trailer in December too, and that they're giving this the 6-month runway, and that Universal wants the new Steven Spielberg alien invasion, maybe drama to be a big event. And this is what it's all about, man. This is what it's big blockbusters from visionaries at scale with great actors. Josh O'Connor back. Could not be more excited for this movie. I hope it's great. I would imagine it's the last major Steven Spielberg movie. Could be wrong.
Listen,
Scorsese's still pushing it.
I was going to say.
I know.
Everybody, modern medicine and with respect, boomers are really changing our understanding of retirement age.
They are. He's going to be 80 this year, Spielberg. And, $200 million, I don't know what the budget is, whatever, hundreds of millions of dollars, blockbusters, harder to mount the older you get. But I'm fired up for this. David Koepp wrote the screenplay, also a coin flip. Could be great. Could be not great. The cast of the movie, also Colin Firth, Coleman Domingo, Eve Hewson, Wyatt Russell, and Emily Blunt. I have a million honorable mentions.
Yes, you do. You have so many honorable mentions that I was like, okay, well, you can just have them.
As honorable mentions?
Yeah.
No, you grabbed a couple. You grabbed a couple from the 10 international features to highlight.
Yes, I did.
Both of which I think were great picks. You picked Fjord and Possible Love. I've got Hope on here, which is Na Hong Jin's first film, I think since The Wailing, which is a legendary Korean ghost story that is a great movie. And the logline for Hope is really, really cool. I don't want to spoil that for anybody. I think that's coming out this year. Pavel Pawlikowski's first movie in like 10 years since
Cold War?
Since Cold War, 1949. It's coming out this year. Definitely a festival movie. Out of This World, the new feature from Albert Serra. We never talked about Afternoons of Solitude because I assume you didn't see it.
No.
Which is the documentary he made about a bullfighter, which is just wild.
No, but I've had you recreate it for me, and also Tyler Parker recreate it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Tyler loved it.
really, really loves it.
Great film. I think Pacifiction was his last feature film, which is also really good. Raisuke Hamaguchi, new movie. All of a sudden, I think it's coming out. New Asghar Farhadi movie, Parallel Tales. Lucas Daunt, who last made Closer, has a new movie called Coward. Kantemir Balagov has Butterfly Jam. And then Koreeda has 2 movies coming out this year, Sheep in the Box and Look Back. So super excited for all those. I'm not quite sure what our festival plan is this year.
Yeah, we got to discuss.
We do. Is it the year to mix it up?
Do you mean, is it the year to go to France? Because I think the answer is yes. Because, Kirsten Dunst will be there.
Could be.
I've also been arranging most of my travel around the idea that I would be in France in May. So
how will I do a live stream 24-hour pod with Knox about The Mandalorian and Grogu if I'm in France? Well,
it could debut there.
It's possible.
And then,
so he's coming?
Yeah. And then
is he coming to the premiere?
I think he would like to see France. He would be okay on the flight. Sai's never flying again.
Okay.
With love and respect to my small child. He is grounded for eternity. Well, and also, FaceTime, Can I just start FaceTiming you anytime he has a question about Star Wars?
Yeah. It's called Send to Voicemail.
That's true.
Here's the horror wave
Yeah.
for 2026. A lot of horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Eggers' Werewolf.
Yeah, I was surprised this wasn't on the...
Right on the outskirts of honorable mention. As you know, after our last conversation, I think Rob hates me now, so he's really sick of me asking about thematic intent in his adaptations of ancient horror movies.
Or does he hate podcasting?
I don't think he likes podcasting very much.
That's okay.
I've really enjoyed talking with him over the years.
Do their things.
I think I'm going to not ask him back, regardless of how I feel about the movie, just to spare him. But yeah, he's making a werewolf movie and bringing back most of the cast from Nosferatu for that film, which was Nosferatu, a huge hit for him. I cited recently Obsession by Curry Barker, which played at festivals in the fall and Focus picked up, which is thought to be great. Psycho Killer, Gavin Pollone's movie is coming out this spring. Send Help, I mentioned, Sam Raimi's movie, Scream 7, Scary Movie 6. Have you seen any Scary Movie movies?
Yeah, I saw the original one with Anna Faris.
Did you like it?
I mean, sure.
Evil Dead Burn, which is, I think, the 6th Evil Dead film. Could be good. Other Mommy.
Yeah, well, I was disappointed that this was a horror movie and not just like
Your
a movie
life?
about life.
Yeah. Who's coming in to save you?
Yeah.
Other Mommy is a horror movie starring Jessica Chastain, directed by Rob Savage, who directed Host, which was a big hit during COVID. Ready or Not 2 coming soon.
Okay.
A new version of The Mummy coming soon.
Yeah.
There's 2 A24 movies, Undertone, which I've already seen, which is a very cool, very super small budget horror movie that I think is playing at Sundance. And then Backrooms, which is the Kane Parson creepypasta adaptation. Hokum, really good teaser for this movie, which came out of nowhere. Damian McCarthy, who made a couple of really good Shudder streaming films over the last couple of years, Irish filmmaker. This new movie had Adam Scott in the teaser. Looked pretty scary. Neon's releasing that. Victorian Psycho, aka Amanda Dobbins. I think Terrifier.
I'm not really a Victorian. But
Elizabethan Psycho?
Sure.
Okay. Terrifier 4.
Okay.
Now is the time to get on board.
Oh, right. Terrifier 3 was like a, reinvention of the form, but also just like the greatest cinema. I listened to a podcast about it.
No. Neither of those things are true, and you misunderstood.
Can I tell you something? Last year, this might even be 2024. CR and I came up with a plan to scare you, Sean, and capture it on camera because he really wanted to get an Art the Clown mask. But then he said he ordered it and it smelled way too bad. And he was like, I'm bailing on this idea. And we never did it.
Oh, no.
That's really funny.
So you would have scared me by like creeping up behind me? And
the plan was when we used to shoot in, remember upstairs in the other building where the old set, Bill's movie stuff, he was going to hide behind the curtain before you were to come in for a recording and then come out of the curtain and scare you. Never got off the ground.
Very cool. Very cool. Love to work with my friends. Last horror movie I'm going to mention is The Land of Nod.
Okay.
Kyle Edward Ball, who made Skinamarink, which is your favorite film of 2022. A24 movie that looks really interesting.
Sean, what's happening? What's behind the curtain?
What are you guys doing? It's kind of like who used to do the bit about the man in the little box? I'm in this box. Help me get out of this box. It's a comedian. Oh, it's Rob Brydon from from The Trip. There's like,
can I do my rom-com watch?
Absolutely. Do it. Fire away.
All right. Coming this week, we mentioned it earlier, Emily Henry adaptation of People We Meet on Vacation.
Yes, Netflix.
I haven't read this Emily Henry novel. I read a different one about a woman who goes back and starts a bookstore.
What's her deal? What does she write?
Romance novels. Okay. And they are the closest to their rom-coms that keep going.
Okay.
So, and by keep going, I mean, they have a lot of sex and then they end up, and then also it's like, should we be having sex? I don't know. Yes, we can't stop having sex. And then they fall in love or whatever.
I'm interested.
So this stars Emily Bader and Tom Blythe. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm monitoring the.
Don't know who either of those people are.
Emily.
Oh, Tom Blythe was in Songbirds and Snakes.
And you would maybe recognize Emily Bader as well. We'll see. I'm keeping an eye on that one.
Okay. Interesting.
One Night Only. Been seeing a lot of paparazzi photos for this one. Callum Turner and Monica Barbaro.
Yes. Yes.
This is a Will Gluck movie who did Easy A and Friends with Benefits.
Yes. This movie unfortunately falls in the window in which I may be traveling in the first week of August.
That's fine. It's, my birthday weekend. Also, I can handle it.
Birthday
We don't
movie.
need everything with you.
Great. That's great. Solo one night only pod from you. I love it. I'm so fucking on board.
Molly Ringwald, LeVar Burton, Maya Hawke, Julia Fox, Esty Haim, who I believe is the Haim sister who got married.
She is. Did you see with the PTA screening schedule?
Here's what I need to ask, and there's no reporting on this.
Uh-huh.
Original father of the bride or Nancy Myers?
Great question. Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Should
we call Esty Haim time right now?
I sort of feel like it's the original, but then the
PTA a TCM head.
Exactly. Yeah.
But Diane Keaton just passed.
That's right. But I wouldn't say that of all of the Diane Keaton, Nancy Myers performances, I guess it's wedding.
It's a wedding.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
That's my dream house. I drive by it all the time. Ladies First.
What's that?
Sacha Baron Cohen movie. Let me read you.
You've unearthed something.
So this is it's a Netflix black and white romantic comedy.
Black and white?
Apparently, yeah. It's loosely inspired by a French film, I Am Not an Easy Man. So here's the premise. A male chauvinist finds himself in an alternate world where the power dynamics of society are altered. Starring Sacha Baron Cohen, Rosamund Pike, Richard E. Grant, Emily Mortimer, Charles Dance, Fiona Shaw. I mean, I'm open to it. I don't know. We'll see. This is rom-com watch. So,
Sacha Baron Cohen, you think sexually appealing? Rosamund Pike isn't as a yes. I was not familiar with this movie. Okay, that's interesting. What else you got?
So this is more just to acknowledge all tastes and interests.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been the hugest John Carney fan.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it can be a little too earnest for me,
mm-hmm.
but many people love that. So Power Ballad,
mm-hmm.
starring Paul Rudd and Nick Jonas.
Yes,
that's happening in June. This is about an old rock star and I don't know, life and love and presume. I don't know whether this might be more of a buddy comedy with some romance and wedding in the background.
I watched an extended teaser of this movie
mm-hmm.
at CinemaCon without you.
Okay.
I don't think you came to the Lionsgate presentation.
Yeah, no, I was flying in.
And it looked fine.
Okay.
John Carney, Once and Sing Street are great, in my opinion. The other stuff, I'm kind of mixed on.
Listen, I'm surveying the land. I'm reporting on what's coming up. And then finally is The Invite.
What's this?
Directed by Olivia Wilde.
Oh, yes.
Seth Rogen, Penelope Cruz, Edward Norton, Olivia Wilde. A married couple experiencing a rough patch in their relationship find themselves invited by their neighbors to engage in their weekly orgies. So I guess this is more
more comedy.
Post rom-com.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll find love in different
ways.
Swinger
comedy.
Yeah, swinger comedy. But, the next stage.
Huge year for Olivia Wilde.
Yes.
She is one of the stars of I Want Your Sex from Greg Araki's new movie opposite Cooper Hoffman.
Mm-hmm.
And she has one other big part too. You mentioned another film that she's going to be appearing in.
She's in
I think
Behemoth.
She's in Behemoth. Yeah. So her big comeback post Don't Worry, Darling. Very funny on The Studio, I thought, in her episode of The Studio. Okay, I've got more stuff to share with you.
Okay.
It's very important that we acknowledge all of these movies because they're going to be the biggest movies of the year.
Right. Yeah.
And we
we'll
may or may
them.
We will see every single one. We will review every single one on this podcast. Every single one. I promise you.
Okay.
It is my solemn promise to you and to the listeners at home.
I will be there. I think that I know what every single one of these movies is, which is incredible. I didn't have to Google any of them.
Here are the movies.
Yes.
Avengers Doomsday.
Steve Rogers will return.
Well, we've also learned that the X-Men will return.
Okay.
Cyclops.
So is it happening
Professor X? Well, the Fox X-Men will be a part of this. We've seen James Marsden and Patrick Stewart in one of the teasers. We also saw Thor in one of the teasers. What else? There was another one. I think there was one with Shuri.
Oh, okay, that one
from Black Panther.
Where's your anticipation index on this? Where are you feeling? What are your emotions? Every night before we go to bed, I ask Knox and I talk about our feelings, and he tells me a time when he's happy, sad, and when he was anxious, sad, and happy.
And do you do that with him as well?
I do as well. Okay. Yeah.
Interesting. The one time you pull the shield down.
But then, and it's really a stalling tactic. But so now you can tell me what about it makes you sad, anxious, and happy.
It could be obviously a world historical fiasco, right?
Mhm.
It could be,
Which could be fun. Oh, it wouldn't be fun
I'm
if
just
it were
so
just like
bored of being
Yeah.
disappointed by these movies and then shitting on them on the pod. That's actually not fun anymore, and it
I mean,
was
I
never
agree.
fun. Honestly, I don't really like doing that.
I
And-
agree.
And it's been I thought Thunderbolts was pretty good.
Mhm.
There've been a couple like Multiverse of Madness. There've been a couple that I enjoyed, but for the most part, it's been 6-7 straight years of being disappointed. I'd like for this to be fun. I'd like for it to be exciting. I'd like for it to at least tap into my 12-year-old comic book reading brain, and a big story like this with all these characters should. I don't even think all the Avengers movies are that good. Age of Ultron's not good. So, it's not like this is some
That's
guarantee
number
of
2?
success. Number 2, yeah.
Okay.
And the first one is solid. I really like Infinity War and
Yeah.
and Endgame. So it's just been so long. And I just feel like people don't care that
so
much.
is Robert Downey Jr. back as Iron Man or as the evil Doom?
Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom. Oh,
He's a
sure.
doctor.
Yeah. Okay.
It's, the magician's nephew.
What is the name of the medical school?
Dr. Doom's nephew.
What's the fake country that they
I think
came up
it's
with?
Latveria, I believe is his nation of origin.
Is it really?
Yeah. Is it not Latveria? I think so.
They just added an ER.
So
what is the one that with the Accords?
Latveria is a fictional, technologically advanced European nation in Marvel Comics.
Then
It's kind of like the Wakanda of Europe.
Right, but then the
I'm
international
cooking right now.
incident?
I'm fucking cooking right now.
The international incident when and then they and Civil War, I think, and they have the Accords, and Chris and Andy joke about it all the time. What's going on?
That's Sokovia.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's a
thank you.
different European nation, sort
Okay.
of Russian. And
Got it. Thank you. See,
yeah.
we got there.
that's where the Scarlet Witch
Right.
and Quicksilver are from.
Okay. And adamantium is what makes Wolverine's claws.
Correct.
And vibranium is what they have in Wakanda.
Yes.
Wow, look at me. I'm ready.
You're doing wonderfully.
Bring it back. How many countdown clocks will you post to the internet?
I think the movie's going to be bad, but I want it to be good.
Okay.
And I really, for movies.
I would like for you to have a good enough time that I can have fun with it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
Michael is
this
coming
is
out
happening.
in April.
Oh, God.
Michael Jackson biopic,
Next one.
Wuthering Heights.
Yeah,
What if it's good?
it could be.
It could be.
It
could be.
It could be like
I'm ready
ridiculous.
to like this. I'm ready
I am
to like
too.
it.
I almost put it's not a rom-com. So I'm putting it in a different. I didn't
Yeah,
put
yeah,
it
yeah.
on rom-com watch, but I'm anticipating it.
It is
also,
the Valentine's Day movie event of the year. New
Charlie
Emerald Fennell
writing
movie.
the moment into the soundtrack for Wuthering
Yep.
Heights.
Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. I think good casting.
I'm open.
Not really super familiar with this material, to be honest. I've seen
Okay.
film adaptations. I didn't read the book as a
Okay.
kid.
Long time ago. I don't remember very much.
Should we reread it?
Sure.
We have 5 weeks to reread Wuthering Heights.
I think I could do it. I just
It
started.
would probably take me 5 years to finish Wuthering Heights, if I'm being totally honest with you.
I think I could do it. I was trying to read a high-minded novel over the break, and
Okay.
then I lost it. I lost the
Okay.
copy of the book, and so
I read Abel Ferrara's Scene,
that's
which is
fun.
his memoir. He's, of course, one of the heaviest from Marty Supreme, great filmmaker. Toy Story 5.
Yeah. Here comes the iPad.
Is there an iPad in it?
I thought that was the evil thing is the iPad. Am I making that
That
up?
makes a lot of sense, and it's a great call.
Okay. I thought you told me that.
I didn't. tell you
Normally
that.
you forget all social interactions, but you at least remember the plots.
The
and names of
movie-related
movies.
social
Yeah.
interactions. Yeah.
If that's wrong, then congratulations.
You are correct,
Okay.
Amanda. Apparently, it will be a character named Lilypad, a frog-themed smart tablet that represents modern screen time.
Honestly, smart.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Supergirl and Clayface.
Yes, these are the two DC EU or just
You.
you. Goodbye to the E.
Farewell,
Hello,
E.
just the U.
Drop the E. It's cleaner.
Okay. Great.
Clayface, I'm in.
Okay.
He's a failed actor
Yeah.
who turns to a life of crime, and he uses.
That's cool.
He's been disfigured in some sort of accident.
Yeah.
And he can look like anybody.
hmm
Supergirl, sure. Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
I don't mind these films. The Jake Gyllenhaal drone one went on for like a long time.
No, that was sick. When he played Mysterio, that's so underrated. People hated that one, or they didn't like it as much. I like
Yeah.
that one a lot. Gyllenhaal cooking and being a really weird special effects master.
Okay.
That's my shit.
That's your future.
Brand New Day, interesting. Could be good.
Okay. What kind of new day is it? So he left his friends
Thursday?
behind. So he said goodbye to his friends because they needed to go to college or whatever and not remember him because the burden of remembering him was too
Zendaya's
much.
character was struck by lightning. She died.
No, she didn't. But they were at the diner, and he goes to the diner.
I know.
And he's like, I had to make a sacrifice because I love her, but now she doesn't remember me, and he doesn't have his friends anymore.
You loved that third Spider-Man movie.
It's so good. I'm so pregnant. I was like,
you loved that
just
movie.
Absolutely. They pointed at each other, and then he saved Emma Stone, or not Emma Stone, but whoever was playing Emma Stone, and I was weeping. Who does he save? Not Mary Jane, but he saves Zendaya.
Yeah, Zendaya's playing MJ.
Right. And then did Emma Stone play Gwen?
Emma Stone played Gwen Stacy, yes.
Right, okay.
Yes.
But
was there a Gwen Stacy in the last film?
No, but when he saves MJ, it's like he's, we're all recalling him saving. It was very beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
You love Spider-Man. We all love Spider-Man.
It's the best one.
He is the best character by far. Jon Bernthal's in this movie.
Great.
As the Punisher. You up on the Punisher?
No.
He has a lot of guns. That's his whole thing.
Oh, I don't like that.
Okay. Mark Ruffalo's coming back as the Hulk.
Okay. Well.
Michael Mando coming in as Scorpion.
Okay.
Do you know about Scorpion?
Does he sting people?
He certainly does. He has a long tail.
Oh. Okay. Great. Okay.
He was in the 90s, he was like a canonical. I think he's a member of the Sinister Six.
I have heard about that.
Yeah.
Because don't they come back in a different movie? Or do they come back in the last one?
They were supposed to be the stars of a Drew Goddard movie that I was actually very excited about. Who are the Sinister Six members? This is incredible podcasting right now. Doc Ock, obviously, Dr. Octopus, Electro, Kraven the Hunter.
Which movie
Mysterio,
where he's stuck
Sandman,
in the
and Vulture.
basement?
No Scorpion here.
He's not a Sinister Six. Wow, your whole life has been a lie.
Fuck. It's not here. He was a member of the Savage Six.
Oh,
Scorpion,
sure.
which included Vulture, King Cobra, Rhino, Tarantula.
Oh, I
Stegron?
see. More nature based.
Yeah.
Which one was the movie when they get that is not a Spider-Man movie, but it basically is, and the Sinister Six are all locked in the basement, and was it the most recent Spider-Man after all? You don't remember this? They're all like in prison?
No, yeah, he imprisons them.
Oh, okay.
From different universes. Yeah, yeah. That was the most recent one.
Okay,
yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, where like Alfred Molina is behind bars and you're like, what's going on here? And Jamie Foxx is there, right? As what is he? Electro.
Willem Dafoe is there.
Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Love Spider-Man.
Okay.
The Mandalorian and Grogu, you've mentioned.
Which we sing 45 times.
Moana live action?
Yeah. You introduced Moana at Thanksgiving to my children.
Consider the coconut.
Yeah.
Consider its leaves. The Super Mario Galaxy movie?
Uh-huh. I will see it.
Coming out in April.
Yeah.
We have seen the Super Mario Brothers film in my house.
Okay.
A+ hit. So Princess Peach, obviously an icon to my daughter. There's another princess in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. We learned about her when we went to Universal Studios.
Okay.
Her name is Rosalina.
Okay.
She'll be voiced by Brie Larson in this new film.
That's so great. Okay.
Yeah, should be good. Masters of the Universe. That's a solo pod. You stay home that day.
I'm so confused by this.
Talking about He-Man for 90 minutes. I'm so pumped. Travis Knight, best known for being the son of Phil Knight and the stop motion animation filmmaker. He also directed Bumblebee, a Transformers movie I enjoy. This is his big swing. Amazon is paying for a $100 million He-Man adaptation.
Okay.
Lots of practical effects and costumes.
Okay.
This is a TV series that was incredibly important to me at 4 years old. I watched every episode.
That's beautiful.
Last year, I took my daughter to see 4 episodes at the Egyptian because she loves She-Ra, the female counterpart to Adam, aka He-Man. I know I sound insane right now, but this is my youth. And there has been previously an adaptation of this story starring Dolph Lundgren as He-Man and Frank Langella as Skeletor. These are all true things. That film was not a success. You're doing great right now.
This is It's like a little bit of like the Minions energy coming over me, and also remembering because they showed us like a behind the scenes, like a making of at CinemaCon, which is just that guy, Nicholas Castleton, like running into like, little football dummies a bunch.
Yes.
It was just like, He-Man! And you and all the men we were with were just like, yes, it is He-Man. And I truly felt like an alien.
So there's 3 movies like this that are kind of like, this is different than the Marvel stuff to me. This movie, Mortal Kombat 2, and the Street Fighter movie are all like, is this serious or not? Like, is this arch and ironic appreciation of something that people enjoyed when they were 5 or not?
Right.
And they all seem to be going with the same energy, this sort of like aggro gag comedy energy.
But that speaks to you, sort of?
If done well, yes.
Okay.
They all have like really funny casting, like almost like stunt casting. We can talk about the Street Fighter movie if you want. I don't know if you care about that. Mortal Kombat 2 is just a sequel to the Mortal Kombat movie, but the first Mortal Kombat movie was way too serious and weird.
You're talking so fast right now.
I have so many thoughts. Here's the cast of Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
For the folks playing at home. Marina Baccarin plays Sorceress of Castle Grayskull. Idris Elba is Duncan. He's also known as Man at Arms. Do you know about Man at Arms?
No, I don't.
He's a guy whose arms spin around.
Oh,
in a 360 fashion in his body.
Okay.
Allison Brie is Professor Evelyn Powers, a.k.a. Evelyn, a dastardly sorceress.
Good for her.
Jared Leto is Skeletor.
Oh, okay.
God damn it.
Well.
Come on.
They take too long to make these movies,
Camila Mendes is Tila, who is my daughter's favorite character.
Okay.
She's a captain of the guards.
Okay.
She's Man at Arms' adoptive daughter and He-Man's sergeant.
Okay.
Tila is very powerful. Camila Mendes is like 5'2". I don't really know how they're going to pull that off. Nicholas Galitzine is Prince Adam Glenn, a.k.a. He-Man. He's a descendant of King Devon Grayskull.
What is the kingdom over which He-Man presides?
It's really, I don't know too much about the world.
Wait,
Grayskull
where is
the
Grayskull?
castle.
Okay.
It's in Sheboygan. Jack's like, I gotta eat lunch, guys. The Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping.
All right, we gotta
keep going.
Yeah.
Hoppers.
Yeah.
New Pixar movie.
Yeah. Knox seemed interested. He was like, why are they, what's that?
What's your take on practical magic?
I've seen it.
Okay.
I didn't, not Halloween coded, so I haven't seen it 5,000 times like the people of Halloween, but I obviously honor the work of Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock in the 90s and now. And
you honor their work.
I honor it.
Yes, you do. Much like Castle Grayskull honors He-Man.
Okay.
Didn't mention Minions 3, but that's happening.
Oh, yeah. That's
Minions
exciting.
3. That's your box office right there. That big chunk of movies.
Right.
Aside from the Odyssey and Dune Part 3. That's your big chunk of
If
box
you're
office.
going to nerd out about Masters of the Universe, I have Verity under honorable mentions, but I do think it's going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, I think so too.
And this is another Colleen Hoover adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
This one is directed by Michael Showalter. And this stars Dakota Johnson, Anne Hathaway, and Josh Hartnett, which is like, if we're going to do this, let's really do it.
Yes.
And it looks insane. And I don't think they're serious. I mean, I think that they're serious, but they're having fun. So I might be into this.
It's the very delicate line.
I'm open.
Okay.
I don't want to go see it by myself.
I mean,
we have to go.
Definitely
have fun.
going to see it.
Yeah. Okay.
What other honorable mentions do you have?
A Long Winter, which is the new Andrew Haig movie. Also starring, I believe, Evan Moss Backrack. And it just, it sounds like people sad in the winter, which same.
Andrew Haig,
yeah.
calling card. I think it's a Colm Toibin novel.
Short story.
Short story.
But it's okay. Short stories to novel to movie can work. Do you know about the movie Pressure?
Yes, but tell me about it. What is it?
I almost put this in along with the Dateline movie and Ink. So it's a World War II movie,
yes.
But it's about the meteorologist. Always a new angle, and it's Andrew Scott as the meteorologist who has to give like the D-Day weather report to Dwight D. Eisenhower, who's played by Brendan Fraser, and Carrie Condon is in this movie for some reason. Listen, I never saw. I haven't seen. I never saw. I have not yet seen Nuremberg.
I need you to watch it.
I'm going
I think that's like a nice slab of beef for us to discuss
I'm
in
going
like late January.
I'm going to get there.
Because it's like deeply watchable. Like tremendously watchable. Not good.
Of course it is.
Very watchable.
Andrew Scott doing the 1944 weather? I'll watch it.
Okay. All right. I'm not against it. And then I forgot about this last Panic Carefully.
Sam Esmail's new movie with Julia Roberts.
It's not dated.
Right. So that's why it's
It's a Warner Brothers movie, but I think it's happening this year.
I
Feels
hope
like
so.
it is. I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully these Warner Brothers movies are still coming out.
I know.
I got a few more on here that I'll quickly cite. New Paul Schrader movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Basics of Philosophy.
Okay. Bless him.
Come on, bro. Come on, dog. What?
That's
The
good.
Basics of Philosophy?
But let's be honest.
He's using a lot of AI on Facebook. I'm not crazy about it.
Okay.
It hasn't been going well.
How regularly are you checking Paul Schrader's Facebook page?
I get it sent to me all the time. I swear to God. I'm on
but
several
it's other
text chains.
people sending it to you.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't have
that's
Facebook, so I don't look at it.
Good. Okay.
There's a J.J. Abrams movie starring Glenn Powell coming out called Ghost Rider. That could be good.
I'm open.
I was thinking of revisiting the most recent Star Trek films.
Okay, I like the first one a lot. Yeah. The second
Kinda
one,
wanna rewatch
I don't
those.
really remember, but the first one's very good.
There's a new Werner Herzog movie coming out. I would imagine Telluride 26 called Bucking Fastard,
right?
Which is about twins, and in this case, they're played by Rooney Mara and Kate Mara.
It's very cool.
Love that. Already mentioned Here Comes the Flood, Flowervale Street, movie I've been anticipating for 47 years.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway in a David Robert Mitchell dinosaur sci-fi movie.
Big year for Anne Hathaway as well.
Huge. I mentioned I Want Your Sex, the new Greg Araki movie. The History of Concrete is a documentary that is premiering at Sundance made by John Wilson, who is
this will be good.
Yeah. The John Wilson, whose HBO documentary series is one of my favorite things in recent times. Met John late last year, and he seemed ready to get his movie out in the world. So I'm excited to see that. Wild Horse 9 is a Martin McDonagh movie.
I almost put this on.
Who's in it? I forget.
I think Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell. Yeah. So it was 7 Psychopaths plus 3 Billboards reunion. I Love Boosters is a new Boots Riley movie. I mentioned The Bone Temple is coming soon. CR is going to join us for that episode. The Dog Stars is the new movie from Ridley Scott. It was supposed to come out in March and got moved to October because I think they think there's money in their hills. And this movie stars Jacob Elordi and Margaret Qualley.
Great.
It's about
I see that Josh Brolin and Guy Pearce and Benedict Wong are also.
Yes.
Good.
Wildwood, another Travis Knight movie, a Leica stop-motion animation movie, and then Brad Bird's long-awaited Ray Gun, an animated movie he tried to get made at Disney for years and couldn't get off the ground, and is now going to be on Netflix.
Okay.
We've got a couple of is this really happening questions. The Way of the Wind, I ask once again, is Terrence Malick's story of Jesus Christ. Starring Giza Rohrig, who played the table tennis former champion and Marty Supreme's close friend who tells the story of the honey and the Holocaust. He's supposed to play Jesus in this film. He is playing Jesus in this film, which was shot years ago. Some people say they've seen it. Some people say they've seen parts of it.
Okay.
No one really knows what's going on with it.
Who can know?
Horizon Chapter 2.
Oh, yeah. Which has definitely been made. What's the latest?
No idea. It screened at the Santa Barbara Film Festival 14 months ago.
And you didn't go?
I didn't go.
Is it really 14 months?
It was late 2024, right? Maybe it was early 2025. Can't remember.
I don't.
It was a long time ago. Griffin Newman went.
Yeah.
And I didn't go.
That's,
He enjoyed it, as I recall. And then Whitney Springs, which is the Trey Parker, Matt Stone, Kendrick Lamar movie, which was dated a couple of times by Paramount and is now not on the schedule. And I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
And is it a musical? Is it a movie about slavery? What is it? I don't know. I hope something happens. Do you have any? Is this happening?
Yeah, the Tom Ford adaptation of Anne Rice's Cry to Heaven, which was announced kind of like at the end of last year.
Are there vampires in that one?
No, I think it's about Italian opera in the 18th century.
Intriguing.
Nicholas Hoult, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Adele is allegedly going to be in this because opera singers and Owen Cooper.
Focusing on the world of the castrati, male singers castrated as boys to preserve their high voices for opera.
Okay.
Sounds, terrifying.
It sounds Tom Ford-like.
Certainly does. We just gave you
45,000
heaping
movies.
Pile of films.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've forgotten a few too. I'm I'm feeling pretty good. Are you feeling good?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Are you happy to be back?
Yes, I am. My heart opened throughout the episode. And so now we are all the magician's nephew.
Yeah. Thank you to the magician's nephew for his work on this episode. Thanks to our producer, Jack Sanders, back in the booth here in the city of Los Angeles. We will be back later this week. Golden Globe predictions.
Yeah.
And No Other Choice, the new film from Park Chan-wook.
And Sarat, do you want to do it?
I wanted to do Sarat, but I feel like people can't see it.
Yeah,
it's not on streaming, and it was in like 4 theaters.
I have now seen it.
You saw
so
it?
I'm ready.
Okay, I really want to talk about it with you, and we
But it's hard to until
I feel like they should put it on streaming on PVOD right after the Oscar nominations. So maybe we'll do Sarat at the end of the month.
Okay,
because it is a flashpoint right now. We'll see you later this week.